Hello everyone, welcome to ALR. This is Gold. This is of course the Mexican Grand Prix, the highest altitude in terms of the World Championship. Of course, we've got another high altitude track coming up in just a week's time in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Of course, we are all very sad today about of course learning about Sir Frank Williams's passing. Unfortunately, and of course he was a pioneer of Formula One, wasn't he? Of course, setting up his team in the late 70s, I think it was, wasn't it? And then, of course, his first world champion, wasn't it Alan Jones back in 1980? I think I need to really fact check that, don't I? But Alan Jones, of course, I think it was the first ever Williams drivers champion then. And yeah, of course, Williams was definitely one of my first memories of Formula One in the mid 90s when they really started, when they was really on such a rich run of form, weren't they? With the Williams and the Renault partnership, of course, that iconic livery, the Rotherham's livery, the beautiful blue and white liveried, the beautiful blue and white liveried cars that, of course, and the last Grand Prix win for the Frank Williams' team was back in 2012, off Pastor Maldonado in the Spanish Grand Prix. But yeah, absolutely, I gotta say, it's quite crushing. It's quite crushing to hear when a person has been on your screens, or you've kind of heard the commentators chat about them, about that person, and they unfortunately realise that they're no longer with us. It's quite sad, isn't it? So of course it's really heart wrenching, isn't it, when you hear like drivers like team bosses, drivers, and that have passed on, unfortunately. So yeah, and of course, same with when we had the same with Nicky Lauda, same with Murray Walker. Yeah, so very sad indeed. Right then, let's just go through the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Then for the Mexican Grand Prix, there's 4 rounds to go. After tonight's race, there'll only be 78 points up for grabs. And in the championship, German Lee is on a 230 points, and Emerson is 35 points away now from German in the championship at the moment. And so that is starting to become a bit of a mountain now for Emerson. If he wants to be the third champion, if he wants to reclaim his title for this season, he has to really start to rein in German. But German is on such a rich run of form. We'll talk about his form in a minute. But German is really very much on song. Chaz in third position. He is 102 points away. I think the Chaz, if Chaza needs to, I think, at least get a win tonight. Then, if he wants to stay involved in the championship, and Chaza is the last man, I think that is mathematically in the championship hunt now. Chaza is, and of course, Murphy in fourth position, 27 points behind Chaza. There, Tango is just 1 point behind Murphy, and Milan then dropping to 13 points behind his teammate. Carboy was second in the championship last year, seventh in this season. Danger Thompson and Pillars down in ninth position, and mainly be Pillars has got the speed, but unfortunately he's missed a lot of races this season. Pillars has. 10th position is the 10th position is Sloth as well. I think that we was expecting quite a good season from Slothfed. It's been a bit up and down. As in the relegation zone, Cowie on 13 points, 12 points for Dynamo Dan, but he's on a very good scoring streak at the moment. Dynamo Dan he needs to score more points if he wants to get himself out of the relegation zone. And of course, we also have William then, who's only on 1 point so far in the Drive Championships. William hasn't finished in the top 10 at all this season. That 1 point came with a fastest lap effort earlier on the season. The constructors standards, McLaren lead by Ferrari 51 points. So constructors cannot be one state even with a 1-2, I don't think. I possibly might be wrong on that one. Ferrari are second, and then they are also starting to really drop back now. 29 points behind the Ferrari team is the Alfa Romeo. They had a golden opportunity of really reining in the Ferrari team, but in USA, but just didn't go out at all. Both Alfa Romeos were a bit disappointed on race time. Haas in fourth position, and they're only 25 points behind the Alfa Romeo. Williams are in fifth position. They're going to be top of the conversation, I think, for tonight. Sixth position is the Mercedes team, 2 points behind their their British counterparts there. Red Bull is seventh, and Alpha Tauri in eighth position. Aston Martin in ninth, and 10th position is the Alpine cars, who are having a bit of a nightmare season. I think both the debutant teams are unfortunately having a bit of a nightmare season, unfortunately. Milan is the only driver out on circuit mode, and we're in Mexico, of course. Mexico City returned to the Formula One calendar back in 2015, didn't it? After a figure was last on the calendar in 1992, was it really? Of course, we've had a couple of track modifications over that. We now the Paratada is only half what it used to be, literally and figuratively, of course, as they cannot extend the runoff area for Paratada, so they've kind of had to cut the corner in half. Unfortunately, let's go through the comments then. Young Lights saying, hey guys, so good luck to everyone tonight then, and hello Sean, good evening Young Lights. This is Young Lights first Grand Prix start in over a season a bit. I think he was telling me earlier on today that his last race was Canada, I think, where he got pole position as well that time out there. So Young Lights would love to kick off to where he last raced in like that, because indeed, of course, a couple of races before that he won the Dutch Grand Prix as well. Young Lights said he beat wasn't last season, I think it was the season before actually, Don Madant out of qualifying. Unfortunately, Nasser, I think he's gone off in a big way there, hasn't he, by the looks, because yes, he is off then. Both Red Bulls are out of qualifying. Dan and Dan are done already, unfortunately, and yes, Dynamo Dan is in the barrier, and that's not good, is it, there for Dynamo Dan, who is trying to get himself out of the relegation zone, but currently at the moment now it's not going to be the case, is it? Oh dear then, so Dynamo Dan out of qualifying in a very early stage of this one so far. Milan is invalidated his time on this lap then, of course, so the usual rules apply around here. It is, of course, then the 5 slowest drivers will be knocked out of qualifying 1, 5 slowest drivers will be knocked out of qualifying 2, then we go for a top 10 pole position shootout with the 10 fastest cars, and here's Tango then, who is 4th in the championship right now, 5th in the championship, I say. I think this is the strongest season this season Tango is, and I think that's mainly because he has not been, this season has not been curtailed with technical gremlins, whether that's his PlayStation or other kinds of gremlins that is going on in the system there. But so good stuff indeed there for Tango. However, he has not won a Grand Prix yet, which I was quietly confident he was going to do so, but he still has 4 races to rectify that subject here. We've got Garen saying, I'm back in Chaza. We'd love to see Chaza get a Grand Prix win as well, because Chaz hasn't got a win yet either, which I'm quite surprised by as well. 3 DRS zones around around Mexico here tonight on the circuit, on this little straight that Tango's just got across then, going into turn 12 then. On the start finish rate, it's a very long run down in turn 1. I think it's the longest run in the whole of the calendar, isn't it, down to turn 1? Not the longest run to the break-in point. No, that is Russia. Here's Tango starts us on our qualifying journey then. Milan is on his qualifying journey as we speak then. We're going to see what Mr. Elite could do. We've got Emerson down the bottom part of the circuit, and we've got Maldonado here as well. Goodness gracious me then. We'll have to go for the reserves in just a jiffy. Ayrton said, hello Sean, such sad news about Sir Frank. Will be remembered as one of the legends of F1 then. Blue, white and yellow today for Nigel then. And yes, so every driver, a lot of drivers be wearing the blue and white helmets tonight in tribute for Sir Frank Williams then. And that is a beautiful touch, isn't it, there for all the drivers out there. Great stuff indeed there. Of course, that was a great, that was from the gold admin there. Sorry, I think it was from German, the COBALT admin, and as Emerson goes fastest by almost a second from Tango. That's quite an statement of intent there for Emerson. Unfortunately, Milan there is invalidated his time to come back in the pits. I think the German, the COBALT admin there, mentioned about having blue helmets, which is good stuff indeed there for good stuff indeed there for German, and of course also Farf got the awesome mention about the tweet as well. So great stuff there from for all the admins there to show some tribute and to a legend of the sport. And of course they paved the way, didn't they? They paved the way then for our viewing pleasure, really, didn't they? Of course, it's all about the competition as well, but absolutely, horrific news then to wake up onto a Sunday too. Soft saying evening, serious mention, good evening. How did SpongeBob squeeze into that car? Is this Becca's first driving gold? This is Becca's first driving gold, and I don't know how he squeezes that car. And I think that luckily sponges can expand and also can be squeezed down, can it? But goodness me, he's usually in a pineapple, isn't he, SpongeBob? But tonight right. He is in the Alfa Romeo. We're on board Clarkey, who is a Super Sub tonight. Beautiful black and gold helmet here for Clarkey. Just going through the S as well. Dylan saying evening. Maldonado's racing tonight then. As yes, indeed she is. And goodness gracious me then. As Anderson's gone faster still by less than a tenth of a second from his previous best. I was hazarding to guess now. Just watching Clarkey going into the stadium section round. Probably not the finest piece of racetrack in the world. I say that literally every time that we're commentating around here. But it is. But of course, in terms of the atmosphere, the carnival atmosphere is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely incredible stuff to watch. Young Lights then hasn't lost any of his speed then, of course. I think it was season 4 where Young Lights last raced in ALR, wasn't it? Or I think it was, wasn't it? As he was, it was here because I think that he won after impressively eat the cookie back, didn't he? As someone's gone scampering off then. I think that that's the other half. Oh, and Young Lights has spun the car. Neither of the Aston Martin regular drivers are here tonight, unfortunately. Young Lights there has got to make sure he doesn't cause any mischief as well. Martin Knowles had a very competitive time there of 15.6. That's pretty impressive to say the least. SpongeBob Ben, who is just into this 54s, I think, by the looks of things. Hashtag don't crash Martin Knowles. It'd be interesting to see how she does then. Shoes on silver, we don't crash. Lovely stuff indeed. German is just down the back straight as well. Of course, German is going to be an integral part of this broadcast tonight, as is Emerson as well, where the championship finally poised as well. Now, when was the last time we had a finally poised championship in gold? I think it was season 3 where he had a, well, it's possibly even season 4 because I'm thinking the Grantee. I think it was actually at this race circuit where Emerson clinched the world championship back in season 4, didn't he? After a season-long battle with Grantee, Troy is invalidated this time. Now, I think he made his. I don't think he made his debut in gold, did he? This time last season, but he did participate in gold. He did participate in gold, didn't he? After he was crowned the champion of silver, as the Jake will say, good luck, good evening, all that. We've also got Serious Rush to say evening, Jake, and evening Wilson as well there from Din as well. Of course, there's a big announcement in the world of ALR and the world of PBE as well, which we'll get to in just a second. Then Nigel out of the final turn, then Nigel goes 5th fastest. I've got a lot of admin to get through tonight. Goodness me, I'm not a man of paperwork, so this may not go too well at all. I probably should have written some notes really. German fast again, and he's about 2/10 second in front of his teammate Emerson at the moment. That is impressive stuff to say the least. Emerson's got a 35-point deficit between himself and German. German is in such a rich run of form at the moment, isn't he? At the back end of the season, it is quite frightening indeed that German is, I think, third in the all-time list now of the most race wins. If he wins this race, the next race in Brazil and in Australia, he will be second on that list with 14. That's incredible, isn't it? SpongeBob across the line, he's done a 30 so far. Milan is starting this lap as well. Cowie using a lovely bit of slipstream down from his teammate. Good stuff indeed, Mr. Elite, then, who is currently. No, he's not in the drop zone. Am I talking absolute baloney? I think I am. It's Cowie that's in the drop zone, isn't it? It is indeed. Mr. Lee is 10 points in front of his teammate. As I've put to the Alpine cars, they're not doing too well in gold this season. Alpine have not done too well in any of the leagues this season. They've had a bit of a nightmare first debut season, haven't they? Of course, this was the team. This team was from the ashes of the Renault team. It was so dominant in ALR. Of course, in their 5 seasons that Renault have participated in ALR, they have won 3 constructors. That's pretty impressive indeed. Unfortunately, Alpine will not repeat that feat because they are going to be last. Well, they are last in the constructors at the moment, and I think the highest they can get in with the amount of points on the left on the board. I don't think that they'll be able to get higher than 7th, unfortunately. I think anyway. By the way, that could be completely wrong because I just felt like saying that really. We've got Troy coming across the line 6 faster. Troy with the beautiful George Russell helmet as well. That's quite fitting as well. George Russell, who is a Williams driver as well for the past 3 seasons. Milan goes fast then on a 1:14.5 there. Milan has it. I think that we haven't seen the best of Milan over the last couple of weeks, have we? So it's good to see him really get himself back to the best. I think Milan has the second most pole positions this season, if I'm not very much mistaken. Yes, he does indeed. Then of course. Pillars has 5 so far, and then it's German with 3, and Milan with 3 as well. And so Milan would like to get that most number of poles this season. Pillars has been fantastic on 1 lap pace, hasn't he? I remember that Pillars has only done 10 races this season, so that's really impressive indeed. That so we've got to Emerson there, seeing a bit of slipstream there from Milan, and going down the bottom of the circuit. Even if everyone horrible news about Sir Frank Williams' pass, has passed, and brilliant to see some drivers wearing the blue white helmets, and rest in peace then. There's quicker snails than me around here. Tango is saying the car feels awful. Just much saying, is Dan in Williams? No, Dan's in the Red Bull car. Both Dans are Dan and Dan Murphy. Then of course it's Dan and Dan then a part of the Red Bull line. However, both are out of qualifying, as unfortunately as Dan had a miss up, and Murphy who decided that he's not fancying qualifying tonight, so he's going to be down on the last, unfortunately. We've also got Goodness saying, evening Sean, but good luck to Gold as well. It'll be 7 podiums by the end of the season. And Pillars is saying, goodness gracious me. And I think, how many is the most poles has Emerson's retired from the session beats in the pit lane? How many poles has done the most? I'm sure Jonathan Cox has had 9 poles in a single season. Or is it? Or no, Emerson had 11, didn't he? I'm gonna have to go back and check that, Ben. But yeah, well, I don't think we're near the record this season, then. But I think that's good when we don't break records in a season, because that means that we've had a very competitive season indeed. That Tango, unfortunately, saying he's slower than us now, and he is not looking too fresh at the moment, is he? Tango isn't there. He's down in 14th position at the moment now. He's about half a second in front of Liam, who's in 15th at the moment now. So I'm just struggling a bit there. Scooby Stew, good evening. Oh, hello, Scooby Stew. By the way, thank you all for the new subscribers over the past couple of weeks. My goodness, well, past couple of days. We were actually only 11 away from the magical 400 mark. So thank you very much indeed. It's my personal target to get to 400 then. No one else. I think that it'd be great if we can. And I'll be jumping backflips then, but I can't do backflips, but I'll pretend like I can. I might have to do a I might have to just like Photoshop or something. But I'll be overjoyed if we can get 400 then before the end of the season, with only 4 rounds to go in the season now. Of course, only one championship has been wrapped up this season. That is the Silver Championship. Young Tommy. I need to check the constructors, but I don't think the AlphaTauri can win it just yet. But they are quite close. I might have to check the old stats on that one. Theo was possibly robbed of his championship of the championship coronation in the United States Grand Prix. However, he might get a better atmosphere if he wins it this week in Mexico City. So Theo can become the youngest champion in ALR history on Tuesday night. And of course, Wednesday, Hammer Time getting taken out by his sub-teammate Connects there, as Danger Time goes full fast, as underlying the pace that they have got in these cars like that. And of course, Hammer Time getting taken out by his teammate Connects, and Connects is rapid around the United States. Was getting a bit too overzealous there, and Nigel had a very solid night for him. Good stuff indeed there for Nigel, but he's scampered off into turn 1, 2 and 3. But unfortunately there, Connects took out his teammate, didn't he, at turn 18, the exit at turn 18, and Hammer Time's championship lead has been reeled down to, I think, 38 points or something like that, isn't it? So Starbuster very much it's Starbust. It's very much in the it's still in the danger zone now. So Hammer Time cannot win the championship either, going into COBALT over the next on Wednesday, isn't it? So Hammer Time's championship, which must be, I think he said the championship almost from start to finish. Well, he said it since the start of the season, hasn't he? Hammer Time has there. He's been in almost complete control, but there has been some mishaps along the way for Hammer Time becoming the second ever COBALT champion in history. Evening Mushroom, best part of the weekend. Then Sarah's Russia, mine too. I'm not driving in. So, all right, troops. What's happening there from Craigar? Good evening, Craigar. Hey, COBALT driver as well. Good evening to Craigar. Jamie69, hello. We've also got Sarah's Russia. Evening, Jamie. What's up, Jamie? We've also got X taking someone out. No surprise there from Gordo. Goodness me, the shots fired there from Gordo. To be honest, it was dramatic though, I must say. Yeah, I did get quite excited then when the two AlphaTauris came to blows then on board then with Card Boy, who's he's run wide that Card Boy as he's got 2 minutes to get that rectified. I'm not sure if he got enough fuel in the car is what I'm going to be asking next. And so here goes Maldonado across the line there in the Williams car. That's quite fitting, isn't it? Well, albeit she's not past Maldonado, she's Welsh Maldonado, but Maldonado is the last driver in Frank Williams' life to win in a Williams Grand Prix car, which yeah. I mean, Maldonado is not the finest race driver in the world. I don't mean Welsh Maldonado, I mean past Maldonado. He's not the finest race driver in the world, but he must have had some talent there to keep Fernando Alonso back in the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix. Just watch Maldonado, she's on the cusp of now, albeit when I say she's on the cusp, then she's about 5/10 of a second in front of Liam Yeh at the moment. Liam Yeh, who's just started his lap as well, but he's invalidated, I think, this lap. He's going to be pushed for time if he wants to get another bite of cherry. Mr. Elite is out qualifying with the two downs there. Maldonado spun it. Oh, she's in the wall, but somehow the car has survived. Oh my goodness me! But now her fate is in the hands of the other drivers then. The likes of Liam Yeh and Mr. Lee, who has come out of the pits, and SpongeBob's retired from the session, and Cart Boy, who is on a lap at the moment then. Cowie's out though. Cowie's out qualifying now. Goodness me, he is done in qualifying now. He's got off in a heap, unfortunately, in the yeses there. Liam Yeh has got a couple of seconds to get through. Yes, it's a very unusual corner. It's just flat out, isn't there? But if you unsettle the car in that turn, I think it's turn 10 or 11, the turn before, it's that's really where the accident starts to happen, doesn't it? Let's see how that one goes. Carboy is only 16th. He has not made out of qualifying just yet, has he? Has he got any more time in the old piggy bank then? Oh goodness me, then instead of jinxed her, unfortunately. So she has gone to the wall. She's still in qualifying at the moment, but let's see what our competitors can do. Nigel's also on the lap as well. Mr. Elite then. Let's see what he can do as well. Both Alpine cars there are not looking too fruitful at this moment in time then, and now Mr. Elite then crosses the line to start a lap then. Just staying with Liam Yeh at the moment then. Carboy 3/10 of a second down at this moment in time. Alonso was too scared to pass her. That he wanted to finish, and Alonso saying that, oh, Carboy is out qualified, so Carboy is out qualified, unfortunately. Murphy 20th, Dynamo down at 19th, and Mr. Lee is on a lap now then, and so is Liam Yeh, but Liam Yeh is 3/10 of a second down the first sector. Liam Yeh is struggling on this circle at the moment, but he has got 2 more sectors to go. Let's see what he does, because the first sector is all about power, isn't there, and braking. And of course, confidence on the brake. He's 6,700 second up in the second split time. I wonder if he has just reserved some of the tire life until for the remainder of this lap then. Let's go through the Mickey Mouse chicane, the Mickey Mouse sector then, out of the baseball stadium section. Now then, over the line then comes Liam Yeh. Is it going to be enough? And he hugs the inside. It is not enough. Liam Yeh has only found a 10th of a second, and he is out of qualifying. Mr. Lee is also invalidated as well, and he is out of qualifying. Nigel goes a very respectable 5th position. Good to see Nigel back in the frame, so this is going to help the McLaren team no end, I think, then, as Mr. Elite there is used that bollard then as a bit of maybe it's like one of those stress relieving toys. I don't know. You know, I used to have a Cartman one where you just squeeze it, it like apparently releases stress and all that kind of stuff. But there we go. Anyway, never mind, because unfortunately, I don't think Mr. Elite has anything like that. But what he does do is he starts 18th on the grid. Then here in Mexico tonight, and of course, Mr. Elite, a former man who finished third in the championship. Then, of course, Mr. Elite does have a few podiums to his name as well. Now, one half of the Constructors' World Champions back in season number 4. Or was it 3? No, it was 4. Milan then fastest by 74 in the second now from Gurman in second. Emerson in third position. 3/10 to a second away. Emerson is at the moment with Danger Times also in fourth position. Nigel, look at that. Very much in the thick and thick side. And Young Lights, it's great to see his name back in ALR Gold as well. It just feels right, doesn't it now? Young Lights, a former Grand Prix winner, 2-time pole sitter as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. Now, Young Lights hasn't lost any speed at all. Only less than half a second away at the moment. But let's focus on the bottom 6s. It's not 5. We've lost Haas, both Alpine cars, both Red Bulls, a Mercedes and AlphaTauri. Murphy 20th position. Donovan Dunn hit the wall in 19th. Mr. Lee in 18th position, invalidated his last lap. Liam, unfortunately, just couldn't find the pace in 17th. 16th position, Cart Boy, and 15th was Cowie as he crashed out. And that is a shame now for Cowie, because I think he would have made it through if he didn't have that miss up there. And now we go into qualifying 2. Then we've got 15 drivers that going into qualifying 2. And this is a good opportunity then, of course. So we had a couple of announcements, didn't we, on, I think it was just after COBALT, wasn't it, on Wednesday? Goodness me, time flies when you're having fun. Of course, there is the merger of ALR and PBE has been confirmed, has it there? So we've had a partnership with PBE for a season, maybe 2 seasons now. It's worked out very well. However, we want world domination. So we're now we got a race. ALR and PBE have got a race now every night of the week. Then, and of course, we've also got some additional information as well. Then on Saturdays with a F2 race and also a possibly the works are still in place then for something to happen on Sunday as well. Then more information to come on that then. But yes, so and of course, what it is then is we're going to try and keep because the drivers are going to be have been voting about what days they can do and all that kind of stuff, and so we're hoping to keep the best of PBE and the best of ALR, which is everyone, to be honest, isn't it? That we want to keep all the drivers, all the full-time drivers and the reserve drivers as much as possible, which hopefully we don't see any casualties. I don't want to see any casualties because that is the reason why the merger is happening, because it's the success of the drivers. So that's very good information. Watch the space, and there's more information to come out over the coming weeks. I would say months then, but we're almost in December, aren't we? We are in December on Wednesday. That's scary stuff. I better start me Christmas shopping. Of course, otherwise I'll be very disappointed if Santa don't bring me anything this year. Goodness me, we've got a lot of queuing going on there. And, oh gosh, there is Emerson there who's just on an outlap. Then we've got, I think it's Cart Boy. Sorry, not it's Sloth who's on an outlap. Then I'm not sure if Milan hit the wall, but or whatnot. But he is down, back it off slightly. But that is not what Emerson wants. That's not what Sloth wants either. And Sloth is about to start us up there. What about Milan then? Because I think that Milan touched the barrier, but he's okay by the looks of it. So Milan is carrying on them. But yeah, a bit of well, not very happy there from the drivers. There was there. They possibly should have backed off slightly. And Emerson get a lovely slipstream now down to turn 1, but of course, and he will also have a lovely slipstream into going into turn 4 as well. Of course, in this season we've had a number of pole positions, haven't we? So at the moment, Pillars has 5, Milan and German has 3. 1 pole position for Emerson, 1 pole position there for Percy, and for 1 pole position for Jonathan Cox as well. Sloth, unfortunately, has invalidated his time now, so he's given Emerson the tow, and I think he probably might have to get out of the way now as well. Goodness gracious me. So what would we call PBL? Well, of course, the name has actually been announced in the old Discord as well, as Emerson has invalidated his time now, and that is not good at all, is it? There's a lot of pressure on Emerson tonight, and I think that this is the first time Milan's invalidated as well. Because we've had 3 drivers then in a row that have invalidated their times. That's not a good start there. That's not a good start there to a qualification. Unfortunately, Chaz is invalidated as well. That's 4 and 4. What about Percy? Well, Percy might be the first driver to set a competitive time. Having said that, he's not used the ERS on this soft compound run at the moment. Now is he coming into the stadium sector as well. Percy is on board now with the Mercedes driver. Only recently got promoted, Percy has but he's very much making waves, isn't he? He was very quick in the United States as well. Just over a week ago, out of the final turn there for Percy, and he's done a 17.9 so far. What about Tango then? Tango has already admitted, hasn't he, that he's really struggling around here. Tango is at, of course, last season's pole position as Tango goes on to a 16 was a 13.282, which was set by German. Was it a very impressive time indeed then? I think that's the all-time lap record, which is a 10th of a second quicker than Emerson's pole position from the season before. So very quick times indeed. We're 3 seconds off the pace of that in qualifying 2 trim. That will get better. Then, of course, Clarkey does have a qualifying ban. Qualifying 2 ban. That's why he's retired from the session quite very early on then, unfortunately. And Troy goes fastest then on in the Ferrari as well then. So it looks like with Nigel very competitive as well, Troy's going to have to step up the mark as well then. And Ferrari wants to be, they get their first ever ALR Constructors World Championships, and goodness gracious me there. Yeah, there's very much pressure on the Ferrari team as well. Of course, also to reiterate as well then, of course with the merger as well, the leagues will be, because it's a merger, isn't it really, rather than a takeover or any of that kind of stuff. But and in my mind anyway, in my mind it'll be our 7th season there of ALR, wouldn't it, or ALR and PBE. Just on board then with German breaking down into turn number 1 as well. German there hop, skipping a jump then over the first chicane as well. Here's the championship leader, German, of course, silver champion there, and he is and of course, can he become the first man to win silver and a gold world championship? That'd be absolutely impressive stuff indeed there for German. Unfortunately, Young Lights has invalidated his time again there, so he's coming back into the pit set. Who is the furthest driver around? It's Maldonado, but Maldonado also invalidated her time as well. But I must say that that's a very good opening sight for that from Maldonado. Opening stint for Maldonado. Really impressive stuff indeed there. Of course, she's a reserve driver at the moment there, so unfortunately she hasn't been able to make. She was in the silver, wasn't she? She was with the Williams first, and then with the Aston Martin team, but unfortunately she's had to go back to being a reserve. But of course, she is enjoying the fruits of the university. Same with Curly as well, but we hope to see both those drivers back in a full-time capacity sometime in the future. And also, as across the line goes to Germany, it's the quickest on the medium runner tyre so far. 8 tenths a second away from Troy. That's a very interesting delta there, isn't it? Good to see. If that's going to be the delta in the race there, I think we're going to see a very powerful undercut. Chaz then going across the line. He's 2 tenths a second quicker than German there. Chaz is. So Chaz has never won a Grand Prix in ALR before, which I find an absolutely incredible stat then, and I hope that he can put that stat right then before the end of the season. And they're now on the medium tyres that are just on board then, before accelerating away as well then, as Harry has joined the joined the comments as well, and no Tommy yet then, so I don't think you've heard from Tommy just yet, have we there? Of course, the silver champ. Hopefully we'll see him in the comments a bit later on. I wonder if he's watching Homer Celebrity. As Milan, well, I don't think he will actually, because Homer Celebrity is unfortunately been cancelled. I think the campmates have actually been removed from the old castle, haven't they? They haven't got to Australia again this year, have they? Unfortunately. But there we go. I must have watched Homer Celebrity for a very long time. Just watching SpongeBob then, of course. This is to a full debut tonight for SpongeBob, and I must say he's looking very competitive indeed in the Alfa Romeo. In car number 8 as well then, SpongeBob is, and he's gone purple in the first sector. We of course, as we just taking a look, we've got a couple of name suggestions there from Gunnar and Sirius Mushroom, but I think, goodness gracious me there. Wow. We're just watching SpongeBob, they're going for the S as well. If you have a sorry, excuse me. I need to learn to mute me mic then. SpongeBob's got off the circuit there, but he's got away for it, hasn't he, there? Because I think the last deems he would have lost time rather than gained time, as he went a bit too wide, didn't he? How the game of Codemasters knows that is beyond me. Just going through the stadium sector as well, and let's see what SpongeBob can do. I love this over-the-shoulder shot there. I wish we can actually select that manually from our camera options. Across the line there, SpongeBob goes second fastest on soft tyres, 3 tenths of a second away from Troy, the silver champion. Danger Times has gone quicker than anyone, but that is on the soft tyres then, and that is going to be a very interesting tactic then. Emerson there, who's also on a lap at the moment, but I'm going to stick with Milan for the minute then, because Milan is slightly further ahead there, but we're going to go back to Emerson because Milan's invalidated his time, unfortunately, and that is such a shame. So as we're saying, and he's German short, so I don't think he'll be watching I don't think he'll be watching on a Celebrity. Emerson out of the final turn, then he goes 8 fast, then he must have made a mistake somewhere, because that time is not competitive at all, unfortunately for Emerson. Gosh, that sounded a bit harsh for me, didn't it? Goodness me. Yes, that's not competitive, but on this circle anyway, so Emerson must have made a mistake, so he's got to go around again. And Lights has gone a bit wide then, but he has kept it, while the FI has deemed it to be on track limits. And look at how far he's out. That's what all the best drivers do. They just maximise the track length, don't they? And just going into the stadium centre as well. Harry saying that, let's go! Danger Times. Big up the Williams for the joint constructors set. Of course, Williams are the joint constructors champions from last season, but at the moment I can't see anyone catching AlphaTauri. However, never say never in ALR or Formula 1 then. So Young Lights going full fastest then. What about our Nigel then? The first ever ALR World Champion. He clinched in Abu Dhabi with 1 round to go, didn't he? After him and Hunter had a quite an epic battle in that year's championship. Nigel in third fastest there. Look at that, and Troy has really stepped up his game as well. The so-called, I'm not sure if I hope that they don't get upset by this, but yes, in the terms of championship position, and rather than pace-wise, I would say the so-called number 2 to their championship competitor teammates of Emerson and German there, the number 2 drivers then for this season, anyway, at least then, very much stepped up their efforts there with German and Emerson only going 7th and 8th fastest. Now I think that's going to force a lot of drivers onto soft tyres here then, and that is going to get very interesting indeed then. So with the soft tyres then, you will have a better launch going down into turn 1 then, so that is going to be a food for thought then. For the drivers as well then, as a just as a guru said, I've never seen that abbreviation before. I must say, I've actually was giving myself a very silent South High 5 because I can't believe I got that so quickly. So I'm really proud of myself, to be honest. We have also got, even though it was obvious then, so Serious Rush said, well, it wasn't typed anyway. Of course, Liam D said AlphaTauri for the win. Of course, Liam there is still a part of the Silver Championship. That is, he is battling for the for going into third in Silver. So Sir Young Tommy there has, of course, already clinched the Silver Championship, hasn't he? So good stuff indeed there for Young Tommy. No lights messed up my medium lap then. Oh, my navy blue. Those S's are ridiculous then. As now the final turn as well. Silver Harry Fanjo, aka Harry, is saying is that Sloth has gone fast then. That's what we want to see from Sloth. I don't think we've seen enough of Sloth this season with the pace that he's got then, of course. Yeah, I would like to see Sloth very much more at the sharp end of the field then. We got Milan there coming down the back straight then. What about Nigel then, who is also going for a second run on soft tyres, is he? Or has he already done his second run on soft tyres? We'll keep an eye on him. Here's Milan then. He is in 12th position and he has gone on soft tyres then in car 2 in the Haas car on the back straight as well then. We have also Serious Mushroom has got to go, but he'll be back for the race. So see you in a bit, Serious Mushroom. We're on turn 5 as well. Tango's retired from the session. Tango is very much balanced on the precarious side of things. And Clarkey down in 14th position there. Lucas Percy out qualifying, and Tango maybe out qualifying as well here. But let's see. Oh, Milan's in front this time. He's got a bit. He's hugged the corner too much there, hasn't he? There, unfortunately, Milan has there, and he is going to have to go around again. Here's Malinada now. She is out on circuit as well. What about Nigel? Nigel is crawling back into the pits, and Nigel said. So we're going to stick with Manon now. As I mentioned, that this is of course Manon's first racing goal this in all of her ALR career. So I'm going to say that as she is now a jack of all trades, then, or maybe a Jill of all trades, then. But whatever the case may be, then Manon is now participating in every league apart from COBALT. Fantastic. We've got Joseph saying nice gesture with blue helmets for Sir Frank. Then Tango saying not worth the soft set. Oh, interesting stuff there from Tango. So he is. Oh, Malinada's got a bit too wide in the Williams car. That's unfortunate for Malinada there, but she does have time for one more lap. But so that's an interesting. That's an interesting call there from Tango. So he is not interested in the softs at all. He wants to stay on the medium tyres. And the thing in the medium tyres is such a long run there. Dan Gurman has found the medium tyres working out quite nice indeed. He's done 4 laps on the medium tyres. Is that going to be a problem for the race, I think? Well, we'll find out then. Nigel's retired from the session in a very solid third position. Good stuff indeed there for Nigel and for Troy tonight. And I'm going to keep repeating myself because that is pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Lights is staying on the medium tyres as well. So Lights is very much in Tango's camp here, so we'll see how this one progresses. And let's stick with Young Lights. Well, this is his first Grand Prix since Canada Season 4 then, so it's great to see Young Lights back in ALR as well. Of course, a Grand Prix winner, multiple pole, etc. as well. And Young Lights is I have to let me just find his name because I think that he's quite the way down on my list at the moment, isn't he? Of course, this is Young Lights' 26th Grand Prix start. He's had 1 Grand Prix win, he's had 2 pole positions, and he's had 4 podiums. Young Lights has said in his career in ALR Gold. It's great to see him back, but unfortunately, he's not going to be too happy with that one because he's invalidated his time, and he's going to have another bite of the cherry. And it's oh wait, didn't realise Becca was reserving. Aha, going to be tough one. It's going to be tough one. Gold is very competitive. It is at the moment. Is that I'm really I think this season for Gold is it the best of all this season in Gold. I think season 2 definitely very much has a soft spot for me now because the championship went down to the wire in Abu Dhabi between Granty and Emerson there, of course. But unfortunately the well, fortunately for Granty, unfortunately for the rest of us in Emerson, Emerson was kind of well, he drove into the back of a family member, Dan Murphy, in the opening turn of Abu Dhabi, and that cost Murphy further in the championship, and that cost Emerson a chance at going for his first ever championship, unfortunately. So back in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, season 2 did go down to the wire. We're hoping that this one goes down to the wire as well. But let's see then. Emerson has gone onto the soft tires. He's gone 2 tenths a second quicker than Sloth. Good 70 there in the Ferrari. What about Milan? He's invalidated again, Milan has there. And Milan is very frustrated now because that is 3 laps on the soft tyres for Milan, and he could be out of qualifying here. I think he is out of qualifying here, and he is indeed then. So Milan is a major casualty in this qualifying knockout session here, and he is out. He is down in 30th position. Tango is out qualified his teammate as well as they battle for 5th and 4th in the championship there. I know the drivers may not admit it, but of course every position does count to them, doesn't there? It doesn't matter if they say it or not. There, it is all about pride, isn't it? Young Lights, good stuff indeed there for Young Lights. He is 8th on the grid. Maldonado in her first qualifying in gold there. She's made it to qualifying free. Very good stuff indeed there for Maldonado. Very much raised her game here tonight in Mexico. Out of qualifying is Tango, Percy, Milan, and Clarkey. Very big names there in all of VLR. 3 of those 4 drivers have been Grand Prix winners, and all 4 of those drivers have been on the podium as well. I can't remember if Tango's ever had a pole position actually. Let me get me old spreadsheet up. He hasn't, has he? Though Tango isn't there, but he has been a driver that's been so unlucky. He should have won in Singapore. I'm sure in the last 2 events that we've had in Singapore, he should have won. Well, in season 5 he definitely should have. Anyway. Craig R, there's being quick, and then there's this madness like this. Then Craig R say, so did anyone's trampoline go for a wee fly during the storm? Then, of course, I hope you've all been safe during the weekend of this bad storm. I can't remember what the storm's called now, which isn't good, is it? But yeah, horrific stuff indeed then as well. It's been very blowy, hasn't it, outside there? Goodness gracious me then. And I would say that really deters me from going outside, but let's be honest, I don't like people. Right then, let's before we go on that, there's Emerson there. We haven't seen Emerson like Emerson's character on the left-hand side for a very long time, have we? But he's top of the tree, top of the timesheets there. So Emerson tops qualifying 2. Out of qualifying is Clarkey, Milan, Percy, and Tango. In qualifying 3 is Emerson, Sloth, Danger Times, Nigel, Troy, Gurman, SpongeBob on his debut. Fantastic from SpongeBob. Maldonado on a gold debut, even better. Lights and on his return, fantastic. And Chazza squeezed into the top 10 as well. Mediums for Lights, Chazza, and Gurman. We heard Tango saying that these soft tires are not worth it. 7 drivers are starting on the soft tires then for the Grand Prix later on then. But answering Craig R's question, luckily I don't have a trampoline. I'd love to have a trampoline, but unfortunately if I ever had a trampoline, I'll probably break it, as I've got a big old rear posterior. Right, into qualifying 3 then. Let's see who's going to be on pole position then for the Mexican Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me, we've got a bit of rain, have we? I didn't expect this, and I'm not sure the drivers expected it either, because we haven't heard about we haven't heard anything about rain, have we? But goodness me, this might end up in a damp squid. It might be one and done. We're going to have the old school qualifying format, which F1 had between 3 and 5, 2003 and 2005, where it's one-shot quality, and it's going to be who's going to be the first out of the pit, and they're all diving out then, so there's no time to waste. Time is of the essence here in this qualifying session there, as we got Chazza getting a bit of the old squeeze on there, as we've got both Alfa Romeos in this qualifying free session. That's important for those drivers there. I almost swallowed my tongue again. It's important for those drivers, of course, though, because of course the And look at this, it's going to be madness, I think, now. On board with Troy, using the lovely George Russell helmet, as we just seen who's in the pits at the moment? I think that's Chazza. So Chazza is still in the pits here. He is, that's not gonna help him at all then, is it? Goodness me. Dylan has gone right now with those big eyes as well. Goodness me. And I'm not sure what Chazza is in the pits. He is coming out of the pits now, Chazza is, but he's, no, he is. Oh, yes, he is. He's a bit behind the 8 ball, unfortunately. So it could be first driver across the line here. And look at this. Oh, goodness me. It's Emerson and Danger Times is racing to get around here. It's going to be a 1 lap. I think it's going to be 1 and done here. On the intermediate tire, it's going to be quicker because look how greasy that surface is here. On board with Danger Times. And so Danger Times has had a pole position before, I hear you ask. He has not had a pole position this season, Danger Times, has it? He has not had a pole position in his career either. Danger Times has to be. He is a Grand Prix winner out of the final turn. And whilst I was looking down, Emerson has got past, and so is Gurman as well. Oh, goodness me, and look at this. DRS is available. I think it'll be disabled in the not too distant future. And Gurman's got a beautiful slipstream here. And Emerson there's towing his championship rival down the start straight here. I know, but now he's going to be slowing down. Now Gurman is a bit too close, so isn't he? Because he's gone off the 30 out from Emerson as well. And he's going to lose time, I'm thinking. And in the middle sector there, Emerson now get a bit squirrely on the exit as well. And then once again, Gurman's going off the slipstream. Look, Danger Time's in the perfect position here. I think the Danger Times will be getting the double slipstream, which is perfect there for Danger Times then. Now into the mini stadium sector as well, into 6 as well, the double left-hander corner there, accelerating away then. And look how gingerly they are taking those corners as well. Chaza only just starting stuff as well. Let's go on board the double world champion Emerson there, as going through the S as well. Oh, goodness me, taking a lot of curbs there, Emerson is and as you can see, this Ferrari is very, oh, Gurman's off the circuit, there's that track and validation it is there from the man who's challenging in the championship. Oh, goodness me. I've run out of air. Oh my goodness me, and that DRS has been disabled, the DRS has been disabled, that is right. That's look, Gurman there, he's scampering across that, and I think he's going to be really struggling to match the pace of Emerson here. Emerson there, but Gurman's going to go around again then, and Emerson there across the line, and he is on pole position then for the Mexican Grand Prix. Danger Times has had issues as well, Danger Times has had some issues as well. Maldonado, is he going to be on the front row? He knows he's made a mistake somewhere. What about SpongeBob? SpongeBob's also invalidated as well. Goodness me, Young Lights on his return could be back. Maldonado's in the wall. She's in the wall in the pit lane there. Oh goodness me, Young Lights is second. Nigel is third. Troy's in fourth position there. Sloth is having a third as well. Oh my goodness gracious me, Chaza is invalidated his time there. Oh goodness gracious me, Gurman's invalidated again then in the McLaren now. It's Emerson who's on pole position now. It's only going to be a second pole position of his season, and I think that he has had the best of the track conditions as well here, hasn't he? As Chaza is gone off as well. Oh dear then. So I'm wondering if the intermediate tires might be quicker on it. Troy's at a 25-1, then Nigel's at a 25 flat, then Sloth in the 24-4. 24-1 there for Young Lights, who's returned to action and is now on the front row of the grid there with Emerson on pole position then. So that's what Emerson needs then. He's 5/10 second up, but he hasn't validated his time, of course. As we just got to be tires there, I think that if you just didn't invalidate your lap, I think that you would be. I think as I keep seeing a glimpse of the sun there. If you didn't validate your lap, then I think you would be quicker than what you're going to go on the intermediate tires. I think then because the DRS has been disabled now. Vanjo saying absolute chaos, and I love it. Oh, I love it too. My word, then, but I have run out of air. Oh, goodness me. So now Nigel in fourth position then. Nigel very much in the thick of things in this event so far. And he has also got to qualify his teammate Gurman here as well. So good stuff indeed there for the former champion there. Nigel knows what it's like to be involved in a championship battle, doesn't he? Like his teammate is this season. So that might help him later on there. But of course, Troy also knows about a championship battle as well, being the silver champion there. So there's a lot of champions there from the McLaren and the Ferrari ranks then. So experience then is not going to be lacking in any department there, is it? So yes, my goodness gracious me there. Maldonado is of course, using her Welsh rallying experience there to good use there. She's going across the grass there. Maldonado crashing, coming into the pit lane there. Very much taken after the legendary David Coulthard then, who crashed in Australia going into the pit lane. Of course, he was driving for the Williams team as well that day as well, wasn't he? David Coulthard was going for a second Grand Prix win of his career and his second Grand Prix win for the Williams team after he won in Portugal a couple of weeks prior. I'll say a couple of weeks prior. He had a lot of big gaps there. Of course, I think it was only 17 race in the 95 championship, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me. Now we're on to 23 for next season, and 24 for ALR and PBE for next season as well. Nigel's loving life fantasy. He's got stars in his eyes. Martin is the first driver on the intermediate tires. Of course, it's not wet enough for this spray yet, but intermediate tires has to be the way to go. The DRS has been disabled then, so Martin is going to be losing out then to the dry runners there, or the dry tired runners anyway, because of course they would have had DRS, so they would have lost speed then. Down into turn 1 as well. Look at that, the track has got wet very quickly here in this race tonight. I'm wondering about the rain. Is it going to rain in the race as well then? So we'll keep an eye out for that one. On board now with Model then, as of course this is for first qualifying session in AR Gold tonight then as well. She's doing a very good job indeed. Well done. Down into 4. Yes, we are in 4. Now into 5. So look at how much the car is not sticking there for Maldonado, is it? She is wrestling with the car. Of course, Williams are going to be very much front and centre tonight with, of course, the passing of their founder and the legendary Sir Frank Williams there. Of course, 79 years old today. 79 years old, wasn't he? Frank Williams was. And that is a big, that is such a shame to hear on a Sunday. It's really ruined my Sunday. Maldonado, who's now going up into the final set as well. Of course, I say it's ruined my Sunday, but it's probably not even done half as much as ruined the Sunday of Claire Williams and the Williams family as there. But Frank Williams always lived a lot on in the memories, wasn't he, with the cars that you built and the founder of the legendary racing team there. And what can Maldonado do then out of the final turn? And Maldonado goes into 5th fast, and she's about a second and 4 tenths of a second away from Troy, who is on soft tires and of fitness. Some of that will be down to DRS as well. What about SpongeBob? He's invalidated again. SpongeBob has so the Chaz and Vada as well. What about the second Williams then? As we're on board now with the Williams and Danger Times as well. Lovely over-the-shoulder shot here from the Williams car. Danger Times then, of course, sports in the blue helmet then for Sir Frank Williams. Out of the final turn then, and let's see what Danger Times can do. And almost drifting the car out of the final turn, and Danger Times has nailed that beautifully. He is full fast there. He's quicker than the two soft shot, the two dry tired runners of Troy and Nigel here. Now that's a turn up for the books, isn't it? Because well, I didn't think that he would be good for the intermediate runs being very close now. How wrong am I? Chazza then down the back straight then, and Nigel, I'm wondering if Nigel and Troy are going to come out on the intermediate tires. Everyone else has DRS has been enabled then. Goodness me then, so DRS has been enabled then. Surely the drivers are going to have to come back out on the circuit. Now they have to and do an intermediate tire run. Surely then, and yes, and indeed they are. So Chazza the only driver out on a lap at the moment then, because we've had a couple of track invalidations and yellow flag as one of the Alfa Romeo cars. It must be SpongeBob, because we're looking at his teammate Chazza at the moment now into the mini stadium sector as well, running out wide then, and now in to the mini stadium sector as well. As yes, the track I think is drying up here. The rain has eased off then, so yes indeed then we're on board with Chazza once again then, and he doesn't want, oh, he's run wide though, he's run wide. That's going to be a track invalidation. There is a track invalidation there for Chazza. You just seen that the car just understeered off the circle. It's as simple as that, isn't it there? And even the great Chazza can even the great Chazza's had issues there. Dude, Chazza's back in the pits. I wonder if the drivers know about the DRS has been enabled. Surely they do, surely they do. Out of the final turn as well. Becca's gone the drama then, as now across the line then SpongeBob, it's SpongeBob HD then across the line. There comes SpongeBob, and DRS then right on the money. The rain is still dropping down then. It's very much spitting at the moment. It's not, it's finished, it's stopped raining completely. I think looking at that, the track is going to get better now. Soft tyres there for Emerson and Young Lights then, and Becca's gone back on the softs, and so has Troy and Nigel. Wow, Troy and Nigel are the coolest cucumbers in all of Mexico. Incredible. SpongeBob is sticking to the intermediate tires. Look at the heat haze. It's so hot here in the high altitude in Mexico City, and the water is now dispersing off the track then. My goodness me. Dylan saying Michael Massey is hound a mare. He's not sure where to disable or enable the DRS, and here is SpongeBob then. I think SpongeBob may have made a mistake here. You think you should have come to the pits there for some dry tires, and Chaz is on the dries as well. 2 minutes ago in this qualifying session. And it's Serge saying, "Oh, I'm back. Ooh, the rain. Is this for silver?" Goodness me, that of course that as it seems to rain more often than not in silver. And COBALT figures the second highest in terms of the most rain affected sessions of ALR this season. Here's SpongeBob in to the stadium sector as well. And of course, we've got the beautiful podium in the background, don't we? Whether we're going to be celebrating a championship here in Mexico or not, then whether that is Theo will remain to be seen there in bronze there, but we'll keep an eye on for that. Of course, that is Tuesday night action then. VLR and SpongeBob goes 7 fastest there on the intermediate tires, but I think the intermediate tires are not to ways to go now, is it? Now we've got Maldonado who is leading the charge there. So we've got Emerson behind her. We've also got the second Ferrari of Troy as well, and so the intermediate tires is only available for a couple of minutes here. Absolutely incredible action here in a gold in the qualifying. Now, goodness gracious me, and the action in qualifying, if it's anything like the race, then oh my word, that'll go be in for a very great race, but a very long night as well. Now Maldonado out to the final couple of turns out, and let's see what Maldonado can do then. So she's on the soft tires, and then across the line she goes then, and this is going to be her final lap then to get a time on the board then. Emerson has dropped right back from Maldonado then, because I don't think he's not concerned about the slipstream. He does all the dirty air from the Williams car then. Maldonado then breaks down then from 8th gear to 3rd and 75 miles an hour into turn 1, 2 and 3. Accelerating away then, yellow flag as one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it's SpongeBob recovering back to the pits. And SpongeBob on the intermediate tyre still for SpongeBob, which I think maybe which I think is not the way to go, unfortunately. And so SpongeBob in his debut in gold tonight, but he's still got through in the qualifying through. Fantastic stuff. And the driver still have to make it through and get a time on the board. And look at how hot it's out there now, because the track is completely dry now. Maldonado absolutely nailed that. That's a fantastic going through the S as well. Then and now going in as SpongeBob's retired from the session. She doesn't want to run too wide. She hasn't even. That's great. Second sector now. 6 seconds up in the second split time for Maldonado into the baseball stadium sector as well. Then she is 4 corners away from home, 3 corners away from home potentially, as I can't count then. Now into the final turn, and the Nigel Mansell turn, and accelerated out there. And let's see what Maldonado can do. This is a good time there for Maldonado, and it's pole position there for Maldonado, a 17.021. Emerson 4.2 seconds up there. I think that's enough then to beat Maldonado's time. It is enough, and he's done a 16 there for Emerson there, and that is pole position as well. What about Young Lights? He's found time, and Young Lights returns and is on pole position. My golly gosh, Troy is third fastest, half a second away for his teammate. Danger Times, it could be his first pole position of his career for Danger Times. Robert Sloffy is 4th fastest then. Nigel is out of the final turn then. What about McGurman second fastest then? Nigel's 5th fastest and Chaz, I don't know. Is Chaz on pole position? I think Chaz is on pole position then for the Mexican Grand Prix. I don't really know, to be honest. I've just seen something flash up, and I'm thinking it is Chaz's first pole position. It is Chaz's first pole position there of his career in ALO. That's Alfa Romeo's 6th pole position of their season. Fantastic stuff there, and Alfa Romeo's 2nd pole position in a row as well. That is Chaz's first pole position of his career. Magnificent stuff there from Chaz, and it was last man across the line, wasn't it? Sorry, it's Chaz's 2nd pole position of his career. I absolutely apologise profusely to Chaz. That's his first pole position of the season, his 2nd of his career. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. Danger Times is on the front row as well. Gurman and Lights are 3rd and 4th. Emerson directly behind his championship rival in 5th, with Nigel in 6th position. Now, of course, Nigel is championship rival's teammate. Sloth and Troy 7th and 8th position. Maldonado and SpongeBob 9th and 10th. What a qualifying session that was for Mexico. My golly gosh there. Does the German have a quality ban for Bullion Emerson? Goodness gracious me. We've also got Becca saying, was on original pole for 0.5 seconds there. Becca's colour draining from her cheeks. And as Harry saying, let's go Williams on fire. Harry saying, let's go Becca then. As pole position for 5/10 of a second. So a great job, Becca. I think that's a cracking job in a gold as well. Fantastic in such a competitive field as well. Whew. Well, as we've got a lovely sunny day then here in Mexico City, as I am just trying to compose myself for what has been an absolutely incredible session so far here in ALR Gold. And of course, I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I hope you I hope you all enjoyed the football as well, because I think we had a little football match. I think it's Manchester United against Chelsea. Used to be one of the bigger fixtures, isn't it? I don't think it is too much anymore. It's with United's struggles and all that kind of stuff. So it's saying GL all then. Yes, indeed. Then we got 12 seconds before the drivers are out on circuit. They're probably already out on the circuit lane, which we're down at the far end of the pit lane here, so you can see the Williams garage there, along with the Haas team and also the Alfa Romeo team as well. As we are now building up for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix. Look how hot it is out there. Let's go for the grid, shall we, then, from front to back then. From pole position to 20th on the grid, then of course it's an all 10th row for the Red Bull team, unfortunately. Serious Runner saying better than 1 foot of snow in Derby. We haven't seen any snow over here in the old Gloucestershire area, but yeah, there's a lot of snow. I think that wasn't the Burnley and Tottenham game was cancelled, wasn't it, earlier on then? I just thought it was dandruff from Emerson's hair. Right, let's go for the grid. 36 laps around here. There's 3 to our zone set, and 20 cars that are going to bustle out then here in Mexico. Of course, there is a championship, there's a championship not to be decided tonight then, but I think this race is going to go a long way into determining who is going to be the gold champion of season 6. Are we going to have a 4th ever champion in ALR? Of course, matching the feats of Granty, of Nigel and Emerson and Gurman, or is Emerson going to be a triple champion, winning 3 championships in a row then? And goodness me, that has never been done. No driver has ever gone on in ALR to win a championship on a different F1 game. So Granty's only ever won the 2 championships on 2019. Emerson's only won the 2 championships on F1 2020 then. Nigel won his championship on F1 2018 then. So can Emerson there do the unthinkable? But of course, I think that Gurman is standing his way. Let's go for the pole position, because I've completely chatted all the way through the formation lap. Emerson Chaz on pole position. Danger times on soft tires, and he's going to have a good run down to turn 1 then. Gurman on medium tires along with lights as well. Emerson is on soft with Nigel soft, Sloth on soft, Troy is soft, Wellman on a soft, and SpongeBob soft, soft fed. Medium tyres then for Tango in the 11th position there. Percy on the hard tyres. The only driver on the hard tyres, Percy, is in 12th position there. Milan out of position, I think, in 13th there. Clarkey qualifying ban in 14th. 15th is Cowie. Had a crash in the wall then. This is an important day for him and the Alpine team there. Carblue in 16th, 17th position, Liam on medium tyres. Mr. Elite then in 18th position on soft tyres. Diamond down on medium. Murphy has gone soft this way. He's had 8 driver of the days this season there for Murphy. And I don't think he'll be overhauled now in terms of the lights are on then. And here we go then for Mexico. And the lights are on then. And it's go for the Mexican Grand Prix. And Danger Times had the perfect start on the soft tyres. He has whizzed away. Look at him go. And but now then, they're all getting the slipstream. They're all fighting for the slipstream, going down into turn 1 there. Danger Times is leaving. But look at Aston Martin there. Young lights. He's going up the inside of Gurman there. And we're going into turn 1 there. Emerson's lost the position there. Gurman is somehow gone through, but it's getting very squeezy in the midsection there. And Emerson is in 5th position there, but he's racing with Nigel here. Yellow flag in 1. That's a Haas off, it's Tango off in the background there, and we got a wheel-to-wheel bar. Emerson is sound on the inside, passing Nigel, as Nigel's trying to help his teammate, but he's gone on the outside here. Nigel, this is crucial in the race, and Nigel's got the momentum there. Nigel has got the momentum, but he's gone wide there, and almost contact there. Nigel's in 5th position. He is looking strong tonight, Nigel is there, and at 1 position there as well. Gurman has retained his position there. That is not good at all for Emerson's point of view, is it? Danger Times leads and Chaz in 2nd position, Gurman in 3rd. Lights in at 4th position there at the moment, and Lights in on his first return in ALR for almost a season and a half in a 4th. But Nigel is absolutely flying out at the moment, and the biggest losers are both the Haas teams, unfortunately. Down 5 positions is Milan, down 9 positions is Tango. Biggest gainer out of the opening lap then is Mr. Lee. He's up 6 positions. Fantastic stuff indeed then. That one completed the gap is already a 2nd then. There's Danger Times is trying to make these soft tyres really work to his advantage as well. Emerson 3/10 a second back from Nigel at the moment, and he needs to get past that Nigel as quickly as possible here otherwise this is not good at all. But Nigel is having none of it then, because he's now starting to turn his attention then to young lights as well. It's great to see the former champion and the 7-time Grand Prix winner in ALR, Nigel. They've really put in this is a very good performance so far. Dynamite Dan dropped down to 80th position there, and here comes the other Murphy, and here comes the other Dan. It's Daniel Murphy up the inside. It's track position there. It is track position there. And what about Donovan Dunn then? And what's he going to do then? Donovan Dunn then is he has now been overtaken. Then Donovan Dunn dropping down into 19th position then. Murphy up into 18th. Emerson is now 2/10 a second away down. Mr. Elite is also putting some pressure on the only hard runner in the field so far, and that is Lucas Percy on board with the double world champion of Emerson and in the Ferrari at the moment. As Serious Red is saying the Emerson's championship is slipping away down. Jamie is saying, and it is snowing over here as well. So yes, indeed, then it's the Emerson, at the moment, and the defending champion now is under immense pressure in the Ferrari. Isn't that goodness me? I think it must just be a jinx from the Ferrari team, isn't it? It's a lot of pressure to drive for the Scuderia, so that DRS has now been enabled there. But I don't think that's the problem for Emerson. Is I just generally think that German has been pretty incredible on this game. Then he's been absolutely fantastic in the later half of this season as well. Into the pits comes Milan, and so Milan has had some. Surely that's not a schedule stop. It isn't indeed. Then a change to the nose cone on the Haas car. Milan then both Haas are now at the back of the field. Unfortunately, that is not good, is it? And he comes out of the pits now at 2.3 seconds. The gap is and going back then to the midfield here, and this is Mr. Elite now, who is in at 17th in the World Championship. He's 12th in this race at the moment, Mr. Elite is but he's using those soft tires to absolute perfect use at the moment. Mr. Elite is then accelerating away, of course, there as he is Serious Russian done on done action there. Oh, goodness gracious me, that Mr. Elite has got is the first driver in the field though that does have penalties. I'm expecting a lot of penalties over the next 4 days here in ALR, as this is very much a penalty generating circle. The danger time's 2.5 seconds. He's gained another 0.2 a second on this lap over Chaza, who's of course on the medium tires. German in third position. German is going for his 8th Grand Prix win in the season. The danger times set the fast lap. Danger times won the opening race in Bahrain. He hasn't won a race since then. Troy is dropping back as well, and but of course Troy and Nigel have got very important roles to play in the championship battle as well, haven't they? And look, Young Lights is in major peril now, because here's Nigel, and look, Emerson's on the outside as well. As Lights is trying to defend that, and Emerson could get 2 into 1 here. He's on the outside. Magnificent manoeuvre there from the double world champion. He is through. He's in full position now. Nigel getting a squirrel on, and he almost was having to really fight the car. And oh goodness me, Lights is trying to force Troy off there. Your Lights in major peril here, and he's dropped down into 7th position. Lights has gone from 4th to 7th there, and a couple of cores, and Slothbear is almost nudging Lights out to get a move on, my good sir. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And now then, Emerson 1.4 seconds away then from his championship rather. I don't think German would like to have seen that too much, would he? Liam, is off. He's off in a big way. And Nigel's got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial. Oh, as Liam, is unfortunately is doing his best Kylie Minogue impression there, but he doesn't want to do it at this stage. So Clark is on the inside. On the outside, Marnado. He is through on the grippier part of the circuit as well. And that's on the medium tire side. The soft tires are already struggling at this stage. We'll find out now then. But it's not struggling for the other Williams driver of Danger Times, who's in a very solid leading form for the one now. 3.5 seconds in front of Chaz in second at the moment now. I think that Rushman now would try and get past Clark now with DRS. Here comes Slothfen, and Lights is struggling at this stage of proceedings, but Lights, remember, is on the medium tires. Of course, he's going for the long game here. Lights is trying to go in there, trying to battle with Slothfen, but Slothfen is on the soft tires at the moment now. As Serious Russia, what a move from Emerson. It was a cracking move, wasn't it? A double overtake there. Marlinardo's got a 3-second penalty. 3 drivers got penalties, and it's Nigel, Mr. Lee, and Marlinardo so far all have penalties. Milan is set the fast on the race side. Of course, if Milan keeps up fast out, which I highly doubt it will, not because Milan is not quick, and far from it, but I think the cars are going to go a lot quicker later on this Grand Prix as the fuel starts to run down. Liam, who's now down in 19th position there, very much lost at sea at the moment. Liam is at the moment in this race so far. Nigel, I thought the back end was trying to step out there as he is hanging on to the double champion Emerson just in front of us at the moment now. Emerson is not homing in on German at the moment now, and German is on the slower tire one. Look at those 3-second penalties there from Murphy. Goodness gracious me, I'm sure that someone else had a penalty as well. Donovan Dunn has followed his team leader there, and he's also got a 3-second penalty. Goodness me. Troy and SpongeBob's got 3 second penalties. These penalties only on 6 laps. My goodness me, there's a lot. And Cowie also adding to the penalties. Well, goodness gracious me, just coming up to half. The field have got penalties now as well. And here goes the slipstream as well. Then it's a very long drag now. Lights is out of DRS already and a lap already. Nigel's going on the outside. Then we've also got Sloth having a look on the inside of Troy here. Sloth, and it's a great performance so far from the AlphaTauri. He is up into 6th position now. Troy dropping down in 7th. And Troy then, it's got DRS there from the cars in front, and it's really underneath the gearbox of the AlphaTauri. Sloth keeps his position, and Milan setting up fast up. He's absolutely lighting up the track here at the moment. Impressive stuff indeed there from Milan. However, he is about 17 seconds away from the back of the field. He's 7 seconds away from Liam, and Liam is a further 10 seconds away from Don Madan down in 18th position there. So it's going to be a long day, I think, at the moment there for the guys at the back then, unless there is a safety car, of course. Serious Mushroom now saying the track. Oh, Maldonada's off the circuit there, and she's spun the car. She's had a glancing blow with the barrier. I think there's a chance. Has got a 3 second penalty as well. That's crucial. Maldonado just spinning the car, and she needs to be careful here. Tango all over the back now with Maldonado. She's trying to recover those tires. Are going to be screaming hot now. As now Tango at the inside there. Maldonado. That is a shame for Maldonado because she was in a very much in the thick of the midfield battle there. But unfortunately, that is not going to help her at all. Emerson's really gained some composure now, hasn't he? And it's really starting to close the gap down as well. As you can see there, look at the background, and there's a lot of slipstream going on. Gurman, who's really pushing Chazza now, isn't he? Of course, Chazza does have a 3 second penalty, of course. However, Gurman is not going to be concerned about the penalties at the moment, because all he's concerned about is trying to get past Chazza, because he is now Chazza is now slowing Gurman down here at this stage of proceedings. And Gurman now having a look on the inside, then not quite more than Cartboy's also got a 3 second penalty as well. Cartboy outside down in 14th position. Cartboy is that he's on medium tires. Of course, that these penalties are going to be crucial in this race, and so you got to make sure you keep them down as much as possible. Sloth is now is very quick. He's one of the quicker drivers in the top 10 positions there. So he is now all over the back of Nigel there, and Nigel is going to be very much very concerned about the about this incoming AlphaTauri who's flying at the moment. Troy is also keeping tabs on, of course, his constructors champion rival then. In terms of Nigel, there's Ferrari left to win the constructors for the first time ever in ALR. And is Gordo saying hello again. Wow, Danger Times got some pace moments. Yes, 5.3 seconds a minute. Danger Times is absolutely pulling away at the moment in this Grand Prix, and yeah, very good spot indeed there from Gordo there, because I've been so focused on this battle, on these midfield battles at the moment now. I can't believe I'm saying midfield battles with the likes of Nigel, Troy, and Sloth. He's through in 5th position there. It's not in midfield either. It's in the top half of the. There's a Troy having a look there, weaving a bit there. As we've also got a SpongeBob having a look on the inside of the lights there. He's dropped down to 8th position. Now, yellow flag. Chaz is in trouble. Chaz is off the circuit. Oh, goodness me. And that has released a Gurman here, but Chaz has spun the car and turned free. Oh, dear. Chaz's first pole position of the season, second of his career, but this race has gone a bit Pete-Tong for Chaz, unfortunately. Judgment saying that that's going to test his fuel, though. That's a very good point now from Serious Mission, because I'm wondering how much fuel he is losing then for really pushing this hard so quickly in the opening stage of this Grand Prix. 7.4 seconds the gap is there. Of course, it might be tyre life as well. Emerson is coming at Gurman now as well. Emerson then, this is a crucial race there with 4 races to go in this World Championship, including the one they're on. Then Emerson now needs to start to take points off Gurman, because Gurman has taken points off Emerson in the last 7 races there. In the last several races, Singapore, Japan, and USA. Gurman's won the last 3 on the trot. Hasn't he? Purse has got a 3 second penalty. Into the pits goes the McLaren. That's Nigel in the pits, and that is only on 9 laps after on the soft tyres. Young Lights, so you can see that now the shoe is on the other foot then, because now Young Lights is coming back. Alan, now look at this, wheel to wheel down the start finish straight. Then it's a long old straight here, isn't it? Look at this, and Lights up into 5th position. Well, Soft's got a 3 second penalty for his troubles, unfortunately. On board of Emerson now, as Troy is trying to go back at Young Lights as well. And so Nigel is going for the undercut here then, but is that going to be a 2-stop strategy for Nigel? Surely it's a 2-stop strategy. That's pulling him down into position. However, that just shows how tightly compact this field is. However, of course, he will be quicker than the drivers in front, and he's got a beautiful gap there, 7 seconds there, and that car of Soft is spiking quite heavily now. there isn't a problem there for the Sloth is, but he's carrying on anyway. Emerson would rather have had, doesn't really want Sloth on his case too much here, because he wants to be more concerned about German. German's not got DRS at the moment, though, and I wonder if he's going to have a good old challenge down into turn 1. And Mr. Elite has got a penalty there, over half the field. I've got penalties down as well. I've got Mercedes off the circuit there. Liam is having a really tough race out there, isn't he? He's now dropped right down to the back of the field there, into the pits, comes Sloth, and so he's going for the undercut as well. German and German, Lights and Clarkey are the leading drivers on these medium tyres. Hard tyres for Percy, and so the hard tyres are working out quite nicely for Percy. I'm quite surprised the hard tyres was a choice there for the drivers. Murphy's got a 5-second penalty. That's very unusual for Murphy to get penalties here in gold. Then I'm very surprised because Murphy doesn't get mistakes like that too often. And Carboy is Carboy's just got past and up into 10th position now. Mr. Lee dropping down to length on soft tyres. I think the soft tyres there may have had their day then. But we'll find, well, I see that, but Emerson is absolutely doing a superb job, and so is Danger Times. Well, the top 4 have not got any penalties so far yet. Then yellow flag as Tango is around then, and Tango is around then. Murphy coming out of the pits, and he's down in 20th position now. Murphy is just out behind Liam, yeah. Sloth is just now in the 14th position and getting past these two here. And look, Nigel, who I think that the undercut hasn't worked out too well for Nigel. Then Clarkey's dropped down the order, then yellow flag in 2. I'm thinking that must be from the recovering Clarkey, who is having issues as well. And so these the thermal, I think that the tyre temperature is getting a bit too hot, and listen, I think that might be causing the tyres to spin here. Potentially, whilst Manon has got a 3-second penalty for jobs here. Just for saying, the undercut is huge here, and of course we've seen that, but unfortunately Nigel got stuck behind. Into the pits comes Emerson, into the pits comes SpongeBob as well. Unfortunately for Nigel though, he's got past has got, no he hasn't, I was looking at the wrong car. Unfortunately for Nigel, he is now stuck behind Tango here, isn't he? And the Sloth there is just in front of us as well. Whilst Manado has done the Murphy trick there, she's also got a 5-second penalty as well. Nigel out of final turn, and look how much he launches off the final turn, and no DNF so far. Fantastic. Look, there's the fly of Emerson there, and look, Emerson's out behind Sloth, and Nigel was not too far away either, so that is a pivotal point here in this race tonight. And now, as Tango's having a look there. Oh my goodness me, you've got to lose your nose coat there if you were trying to stick it there. Oh my word. But Nigel up into 13th position as well. But I think that getting stuck beyond Tango has helped Emerson and keep that position there, because as Sirius Mersham said then, the undercut around here is absolutely Goliath here, isn't it? So with Danger Times about 7 seconds in front there, that is going to put him in about, if he comes to the pits now, that's going to put him around the Dynamo Dan area, around Mr. Elite and Dynamo Dan. There's a 5-second gap between Dynamo Dan and Mr. Elite, so I think that's where Danger Times will be about if he comes to the pits now. But he's got such a good lead, and he's actually gapping German still, so he's doing a superb job. His Danger Times at the moment. He's doing an absolutely supreme job out there. I can't believe that he's keeping those soft tyres well within their limits. It's absolutely fantastic. He's back on board with Emerson, and he is navigating his way then through the. That's Donovan Dan who spun the car, and he spun the car at the Parotada, aka the Nigel Mansson. I think he's hit the wall. He's in the pits there. Donovan Dan has got a 5-second penalty. George, we haven't even touched on the pit lane here. The pit lane is as Emerson there is just too far back at the moment. The pit lane here, the pit lane speed limiter comes up quite quickly on you, so you must spin. I think a lot of drivers had 2 drivers ahead of Malnado and Murphy who's had the same problem, and Donovan Dan's also done it as well. 3 drivers with 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane here. Emerson's got past Sloth there. Sloth there is very much at the races tonight. It's great to see Sloth is at the races as well. Try up the inside there into turn 5, but Tanger's having none of it there. Oh, again, Tanger tries on the outside, and there's 2, look at this, and the 2 T's. Having a good battle. SpongeBob then, who's now very much in this fight as well between Troy and Nigel and Cole. And SpongeBob on his debut tonight and really causing some headaches then for the established old guard of ALR. And it's great to see as well. I love to see new names there. Sergeant saying, I must be wrong, I thought it was huge here. I think that, to be honest, I think drivers have got held up by other drivers as well on the medium tyres, because a lot of drivers on different tyres out there, but I thought it was huge here as well. So I'm wondering, we'll see how this one progresses. Into the pits there comes Danger Times. He's on this medium tyres there. He comes out of the pits there, and he is out just in front of Cartboy here. So that's an even better time than what I thought, because I thought it'd be out around the Dynamo Dan area, and Dynamo Dan was, I think, a couple of more seconds down the road then. So Danger Times. It's all falling into place there for Danger Times. Up the inside goes Emerson, and up into ninth position there. German's got a 4-second gap between himself and Young Lights. However, I think the Young Lights is going to be a bit concerned about the hard runner as that slow as some SpongeBob. Oh, and contact between Tango and SpongeBob there. And yeah, I think that has underlined how difficult the Mexican Grand Prix has been for both Haas drivers. Tango has mentioned that he is struggling around here, and Milan has also had to add an unscheduled stop in this race as well. So yeah, very difficult times out for both Haas drivers. Ariel said, hello, good evening, Ariel. And well, there goes Dynamo's pace then. Feel bad for him then, that's unfortunate then. Oh, as we've also got Danger Times as well. Now in 7th position now, right underneath the gearbox of Cowie. Remember, Cowie is into the pits. There comes Young Lights. He's the earliest driver for a scheduled stop, I think, on the medium tyres. So we had Don Madanko in the pits, but he had to change the nose cone, we think, on the Red Bull. Just watching Danger Times as well there, as he is gaining. So the hard runner of Percy, who I'm wondering if he's going to go for a one-stopper. I think everyone on the medium tyres, are they going to try for a two-stopper, or do you reckon the one-stop will work? Well, they've done 14 laps so far, the medium runners, so I think the Young Lights has guaranteed himself a two-stopper here. It depends on how long Gurman, Clarkey and Chaza and Co can get those hard tyres along for. Danger can still win this so easily, as Clarkey's got 3-second penalty. Yeah, Danger Time can very much still win this as well, going for a second Grand Prix win of his career in ALR. Milan's in the pits, and of course that's his first scheduled stop then, as he had an unscheduled stop earlier on then. Young Lights on the soft tyres then, so he's going for a sprint second stint here. So he's going to really be lighting up the track now with the pace, I think, now from Young Lights, as he has dropped right the way down. He's dropped about a second or 2 seconds behind Nigel at the moment there. Nigel, and there is the Papaya McLaren just in front of us here. So Young Lights is going to be very much trying to home in as well. Great driving so far from all drivers up and down the field. As Milan gets past Liam, yeah. There's no retirements on lap 15 then. Lights has already got past Nigel. Goodness me, how did that happen? My golly gosh, and Young Lights, it was a second and a half when we left him. Into the pits comes Clarkey. Only 15 laps on the medium tyre. So to me, I think it may be a two-stopper here potentially. Or am I just rubbish about it? The final turn then and into the pits there. Yeah, so I'm thinking that there might be two stops around here. Clarkey, who's in the pits now as well. But yeah, Young Lights there, Young Lights has absolutely blitzed the middle section. But having said that, now Clarkey was on the soft tyres as well. Troy's having the days go for a switcheroo. Not quite though, as Clarkey comes out just in front of Tango in the pits as well. Only 14 laps out on the medium tyres. Gurman is staying up then, and he is still gapping at the moment. Slough is past Emerson there. This is crucial. Emerson cannot afford to be banning Slough here, as he needs to be making headway into Gurman then. And he's now through Danger Time's got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial. Slough in, oh gosh, that's gonna, oh my goodness me, Slough there bows out of it then. Slough is on a great drive here tonight then. Very much driving his head tonight, and look at Clarkey, magnificent maneuver there. Up the outside of Nigel, past him as well. The soft tyres are flying at the moment there, and look at him, he's absolutely rocketing away now from Nigel there. We're not even half this yet, but the Gurman's coming in the pits and on the soft tyre. Soft tyre is going to do, oh my goodness me, 20 laps there. Definitely a two-stopper. Serious Rushman saying that. Thank you very much, because I was questioning myself now, because I'm not sure if that's right there, but yes, I think it must be surely. Gurman now, who's now coming out on the soft tyres. Well, there's Emerson, there's Slough, and Slough there is gaining. Just watching Gurman. Look at how close Gurman is there. Wow, I think that Emerson's heart may be sinking a bit on that one. But look at this, and Slough is now up in the third position. Emerson down into fourth at the moment now. And we've also got Callie just getting past Carter Boy as well. Oh my goodness me, this has been absolutely incredible driving so far. Percy leads the Grand Prix with Danger Times now in the second position. But remember, Danger Times does have that penalty now. All 20 cars are still in the race then. Yellow flag on the, I think someone's recovering then, as we've had an issue on the start-finish straight. All 20 drivers are still running on lap 16, and that's pretty impressive stuff, to say the very least here. Great stuff indeed here from Gold. Very much the gold standard here tonight in terms of racing. Lovely. As the Clarkey's got a 3-second penalty then, as these penalties are really going to start to add up. We'll check out the penalty. Let's check out the penalties now then, whilst we've got a bit of a lull in this proceeding then. So 3-second penalties then for the top three. Emerson, Gurman and Lights have got no penalties at all at the moment. 9 seconds for Clarkey, that is brutal. 6 seconds for Nigel, that could cost him as well. 8 seconds for SpongeBob, 6 for Chazza, 3 for Cowie, 11 for Maldonado, 12 for Mr. Elite. Tona Mr. Elite, he's out of the race then, as he has got off then, and oh gosh, there he's got off in a major race, a safety car here, and well, up until this race, we had no safety cars at all. Danger Times was very outspoken, was he, on the safety cars in the last event there. Of course, the safety cars was very much ruined his race last time out, didn't it? And I wonder how this was going to do then. So Gurman's just coming to the pits as well. Nigel is now going to soft tires again, Nigel has then, and medium tires then for Troy, and what about SpongeBob going on soft tires as well? Carboy is just coming to the pits then, so no point in coming to the pits again, and he's going to go out in front of Troy and Nigel here. Look, we got a race then, and I don't think I think he's going to have to get back the position there. Carboy is there, as I think that Troy is out. No, he isn't, oh goodness me. So yes, Carboy has got just in front of Troy there, so just looking out Troy's Troy as well, and this is what the Haas team wanted though, because Haas are very much behind the 8 ball, so to speak, at the moment. Sauce for everyone, serious rush for saying that, but however, Troy has gone against the grain here. Murphy on the mediums as well. Liam has gone soft, and Don Madon's gone medium. So this is a golden opportunity then from Percy to come in the pits. And I wonder if Danger Times then is going to come in the pits as well. Because this, I figure the safety car, this may push some drivers onto a one-stopper here, as that they will not have to push the tires as much. And Percy into the pits then, and of course he has to make a stop because he hasn't come in the pits. Danger Times also in the pits as well. This has put Percy in a golden opportunity then to win this race, and this will be Percy's second Grand Prix win of his career if he does that tonight then, because Danger Times come in the pits, and this is definitely very much ruined Danger Times' chance he is here tonight, but he is not going to give up, is he? Gurman is taking the lead then. Of course, he's on soft tires, and I think that Gurman then, if the safety car's out, we're half distance, if the safety car is staying out for a abundance amount of time, can he get those soft tires in? Then Percy on medium tires, and also Emerson is on the medium tires as well. Sloth on mediums, Lights on mediums as well, and there's we got a lot of drivers then going on mediums and to the end of this Grand Prix. I think that's the safest way to go. Of course, soft tires is the quickest way, but where the tires to get to the end or not, and oh goodness, all kinds of shenanigans going on here. Nigel in 8th, Carboy in 9th, Troy in 10th, Chazza in 11th position there, 12th is SpongeBob, 13th is Cowie, Maldonado into the pits there for the Williams team there, and she is going to be up behind Tango, who's staying on the hard tyres. Tango is then, so he is happy with his tyre choice then, and Maldonado is going to be the meat in the sandwich of the Haas team. So there is Milan and Murphy down in 70th position at the moment there. Murphy a bit off his game at the moment there. And Serious Rush saying that overtake was fine, and it was towards it's the end of the pit lane, the white pit lane. I thought that I must admit, I thought that the pit lane line stopped them, but yes, that may be right there as well. As I am talking absolute boulder dash. That Gurman leads then. Second position is Clarkey. Percy is now in third position. And this has really brought Percy into the foyer. And what about Danger Times as well? But soft runners, the soft runners of Gurman and Clarkey have elected not to come in the pits here. Is that a mistake then for those two drivers there? I think they're the only two drivers that have elected not to come in the pits at apart from Tango and Milan, who came in the pits a couple of laps ago during this safety car. LV said Gurman out here, and Maldonado's got a 3-second penalty. Mr. Lee, the only retirement so far. Mr. Lee is only 10 points away there from keeping his gold status at the moment, because Cowie, his teammate, is 10 points behind, and I think, and I'm sure that Dynamo Dan is about 11 or 12 points behind Mr. Lee at the moment. It's very tight in the bottom of the relegation zones at the moment, yeah. And of course, that will be factored in then with PBE and ALR merging into a single entity for next season. Oh, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Entity. Yes, so the relegation and promotion battles will be a factor as much as possible, of course. We're on board with Gurman at the moment, so Gurman leads the Grand Prix. He has not come in the pits at the moment, and I think that Gurman will be hoping the safety car stays out a little longer there so he can get his soft tires to the end. And most tires are on the mediums here at this stage. I wonder if Gurman's going to go soft at the end, so he's going to have to do some qualifying laps, as is Clarkey as well here. Percy is currently the highest driver, not the highest driver that has stopped then here. Has stopped them with Danger Times as well. So Danger Times, the safety car has really hurt Danger Times. Sloth in 5th position there. Emerson in 6th position. And Young Lights on his return after a season and a half out. And very good in 7th position there. Nigel in 8th position. 9th is Carboy. 10th is Troy. Chaza in an position there, SpongeBob in 12th, and once again the Alfa Romeos are so quick in qualifying, but the race trim, they just seem to drop off the pace there. Very unusual, isn't it? It's like the Haas team back in 2019, when of course they were sponsored by Rich Energy. Safety cars in the end, it's like that. SpongeBob's dropping down the... SpongeBob's off the circuit there! Oh no, it's SpongeBob on his debut, and that's a nightmare scenario for SpongeBob. He's gone from 12th to 19th here, and that is not good at all. Then under the safety car. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Oh dear, that's not good. Then German is now, then there's a long run down in Sherwin, and German's gone already here. German is just spurted and gone here. So German leads in second position is Clarkey. Third position is Person. Yellow flag has now been thrown away, and we're back racing it. So no DRS then within the first 3 laps of the safety car coming in. 16 laps to go then for the soft runners. So that is quite a mammoth to climb, isn't there? For the soft runners. So goodness gracious me, we're going down to turn 1 as well. Nigel's got past Young Lights, and his Young Lights there is on the medium tyres and soft tyres now for Cart Boy and for Nigel. Now Nigel's going to be the thorn in the side of Emerson once again, and Nigel is absolutely supreme here tonight, isn't it? Great 17 there for Nigel. I love seeing Nigel back in really back in the sharp end of the field. It just feels right to see Nigel up there, doesn't it? Really good 17 there. 1.2 seconds. Then German, who's now swapped roles with Danger Times. In the beginning of the race, it was Danger Times trying to scamper off into the distance. Now it is German trying to scamper off into the distance there, and just really trying to get some qualifying laps in there as well. Sloth has got another penalty there. I think that's his second penalty in this race, and I think that's 6 seconds now of penalties for Slothbed on board with Young Lights. He's got a penalty as well. Young Lights has said it. He just clipped the corner too much there to clip the curve. And Nigel having a look there on the inside into turn number 13. Oh, here he is then, but not quite that. German is 2 seconds quicker than Clarkey on the opening lap here. German is also set fast on the race. That's the statement of intent then from the championship leader out of the final turn, and out of the Nigel Robinson turn as well. As I mentioned, then German in the last 3 races outscored Emerson. Really impressive indeed. Emerson didn't even score in Japan, did he? He's only scored 1 point in the United States Grand Prix. Only scored 1 point in Japan as well. Emerson did there. He's very much on a back. He's very much on the back burner in terms of form at the moment. Is the Emerson is there, and Nigel is now going to really add to the pain there. And look at Milan there. Oh goodness me, getting very close for comfort there. Oh, Milan's getting a bit. He cannot pull the power too much. Milan on his back pass there. Past Milan, yellow flag in one. Then is SpongeBob. I wonder if those tires have got too hot. And it's very hot here, isn't it, in Mexico? Look at Liam on the outside of Murphy, and he's got the job done there. Murphy dropping down to 17th position there. Very much on the back, very much on the back foot here in terms of pace tonight there from Murphy. Lovely shot here. Nigel's now very close to the back of Emerson, and here he goes. And this has been, oh my goodness me, and Emerson there just trying to force him to get off. But Nigel's on the inside. Oh, contact there. The 2 champions of ALR going side by side for the Stadium Central. But Emerson there, very robust in his defending there. Emerson is there. Of course, he's got to be there. He's got a championship to win, hasn't he? But now he's pushed him into the back of Young Lights here. And look at this, German's now a second out of Clark, is now out of the DRS range of Clarkey, and so is Percy out of the DRS, and Clark is out of the DRS of Percy as well. Danger Times is not there, and look at this, Young Lights is now past Nigel. Nigel dropping down to 8th position. Of course, that was wrong. That all started when Emerson wrong-footed him in the stadium sector as well. Young Lights there is through, passes Nigel. Nigel dropping down to 8th position there. Milani's got past Maranado as well, and down the back straight as their battle just continues on as well. Incredible 70. Look at the slipstream that Nigel's trying to find here. However, that didn't work out too well, did it, for Nigel, unfortunately. Wow, incredible stuff here in that makes I'm just going to reiterate, very good driving from up and down the field, by the way. Absolutely sensational stuff here tonight. Really, only 1 retirement so far. Oh, it's Troy give a chance. Look at no chop there. Oh my goodness. But Charlton now is all over the back there. The Ferraris and the 2 Italian manufacturers in Formula 1 there going nose to nose of Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. Troy is starting to drop back through the field now. See with his and look at this, and now Chaz on the inside. He's got pace, but unfortunately he's a bit out of the game here with the spin at turn 3 earlier on in this race, as he said. So he's a bit beyond the 8 ball. Cowie's having a great drive out there at the moment, isn't he? There'll be some detail. And look, Young Lights is now Emerson. They're all queuing up behind Young Lights. Maranado, I've just in serious merch say that Maranado Maldonado is collecting penalties for University at the moment. Goodness gracious me, that. Look at this. As now we have got Emerson now. He's gone, not going to be able to defend now because Lights is up on the outside. Passes Emerson, moves up into 6th position now. Great driving for Young Lights now. Really brilliant 17 there. He's got no race for us at all, has he? Young Lights has him. Fantastic 17. And now here comes Nigel Swan, and so might be a double blow. Danger Times up the front. Then here's the lead car on the medium runners now. Then on the medium tires, I should say. Then and he is up into 3rd position. There he is. And Danger Times, can he go for a second Grand Prix win of his career in ALR? 23 out of 36 here. Then when is German going to come in the pits then and change on to new set of soft tires, or is he going to come in the pits then? Troy dropping down the order. Cowie is now right underneath the gearbox of the front as well. Troy is struggling at this stage. He's on similar tires now to the drivers around him. Having said that, then no chances on it's on the medium runs as well. Emerson's now lost another position now. Nigel forced him out wide. Then Emerson's dropped down to 8th position. Only 4 points now for Emerson. And the championship is very much slipping away from him now. Instead, goodness me for the Ferrari driver. German still leads this race, but we think he's got to stop. Well, I think he's got to stop. I'm not sure if he does or not. I'm assuming he will. So I don't think those soft tires get to the end. Surely not then. But Emerson is dropping like a stone here. He hasn't got the pace, has he? But having said that, he comes back past Nigel, and he is back up in the 7th position now. And that's 2 points that's 2 more points into his account now for the Ferrari driver now. But this is not looking good at all. Cowie's got a 3-second penalty in 12th position, but this is a strong drive from Cowie, isn't it? Very much been at the very much been at the forefront there. Oh, and look at this. Slough is up the inside of Lights, and Lights. I think it's the other way around. I think Lights trying to overtake Slough here. Slough Bear's trying to run him out wide there, but Lights out down to a great drive here. He's got to, oh goodness me, this is going to get, oh gosh damn it. Slough gives him just about enough room there. Great driving from both drivers there. Absolutely the pinnacle of ARR. Fantastic stuff indeed though. I love it. Oh no, and Lights in the wall. Oh goodness me, I've said it too soon now. I'm not sure if Lights has got damage or whatnot here. It looks okay on the camera, but it looks okay on the camera, but whether he's damaged the car or not remains to be seen. And Lights in car 12 then, and he is staying out then, so Lights staying out. He may have got away with that then. Let me catch up with the comments then. Ariel's asked, how are you doing, mate? I am very good, my sir. I'm very good, I'm very good. How are you doing, how are you doing, Ariel? Theo saying, yo, good evening, Theo. Seriously, say, pens, not penalties. Laugh out loud then. That's what we get for trying to read it quickly. Oh, and Nigel now going up the inside again then. Emerson's got a conga line for him behind him. Emerson's very much strong for pace. German is still out in front then. Pillars has said that German will go to the end then. Oh goodness me then, of course. Now here comes Nigel. Nigel is now up the outside. That look at this lovely shot here from the McLaren. Fantastic. Oh, great stuff indeed there. And look, Chaz is also through as well. And he is indeed. And he's got past Carboy. Carboy's been forced out wide. Chaz is now coming back through the field quite nicely indeed. Clark is going there 3-second penalty here. Emerson, remember, he's got no penalties at all, nor is Troy. That will help Ferrari, I think, at the end result then. Nigel's got a 3-second penalty though in the second. McLaren. Murphy's got another penalty. Murphy very much sounding off day at the moment, Murphy is, doesn't he? Maldonado collecting some more pens there for her university collection. Fantastic. Or maybe not then. We have got Chazza now, who is another he's another thorn in the side of Emerson here. He is really dropping down the order quite quickly now. Emerson is there. This is not good at all for the Ferrari driver. We've got Serious Mushroom saying, think he can make it, but his tires will be mush said. Now I think he will stop. Serious Mushroom is saying that Carboy has coming after doing 9 laps on the soft tires there. The thing that I'm thinking though is that if he has to stop again, I'm surprised that German just didn't go in the pits and on a free stop under the safety car. However, German's almost got a 6-second deficit there over a 6-second lead over Clark at the moment there. And Troy defending with all he can. With all he can then on Troy, but Cowie is through anyway. There he goes, and Cowie in the top 10. When was the last time that Cowie scored a point in ALR? It goes back to Russia then, of course. He scored some points here and there. Cowie has some, but he hasn't scored the major points that he needs to get himself out of the relegation zone at the moment there. But he's 10 away from his teammate. These points may help, and Troy has dropped out of the points, unfortunately. Just watching Just watching Chazza, who has now got DRS on Emerson as well. So German is still leading this race. A 3-second penalty then for a 3-second penalty for Liam. Yeah, Welsh Ronaldo's out of the race then. Oh, she's facing the wrong way. Welsh Ronaldo is our second retirement. There's a safety car here. Clarkey into the pits then. And I think now that this is really going to change the game, isn't it? So who is? Are they all in the pits? And they are all in the pits. And the second safety car here. Search Roger saying, I'm as confused as you. Chaz has got a 5-second penalty. That is going to hurt him very much indeed. Then. So yes, that Ferrari mechanic's coming in. I'm wondering if Troy has stayed out then. Danger Times, so I think that Troy is the only driver then that's elected to sell then, because I think Danger Times German was past the pit entrance here. So Emerson now just cut the pits. Well, Chaz has got a 5-second penalty. Tango has had to queue, and now he's cutting the pits. Well, unless I reckon the German must have had a mystic make perhaps, because this safety car is going to probably help German here, isn't it? He should be able to retain his lead there from Clarkey and Percy, who came into the pits under this safety car as well. But the safety car, remember, Emerson's got no penalties, has he? He may be lacking pace now, but Emerson does have no penalties and this should elevate him up the order. No penalties there for Troy or for German either, and so hats off to those drivers out there tonight. Good 17 there. German was past the pit lane, no, but I don't think he's going to lose too much time here, is he? I think he should come back out in front of his rivals. And so, but whether Danger Times and Troy, whether Troy comes to the pits, because he elected not to come into the pits, so Troy could potentially be in the Grand Prix here. What about Danger Times? Danger Times in the pits as well. Then. So McLaren mechanics are getting ready then, and now then, I'm wondering unless Troy then didn't want to be queuing up then, as I think soft tires is definitely the way to go. Then the McLaren coming out of the pits as well. Here comes Danger Times. He's looking for the Williams mechanics. There they are then. And now is Danger Times there also just changing tires. Well, Troy is in the pits well, and so he didn't want to queue up behind his teammate, did he? Troy didn't. And now he's in the pits well. There the scarlet red overalls and on the Ferraris, and he is someone who's soft for everyone in the field. Well, so this is going to get so very much. He has a doubt, though. Surely Serious Rush say to German, he does, but however, I think that the gap was quite large, wasn't it? Troy, because he didn't come in the pits there, he's going to be out in front of his teammate, well, just there. Look at this, and so yes, Troy has done a masterstroke here, because he's actually moved up a couple of positions there, hasn't he, by stopping a lap later. Fantastic driving there from Troy. Becca's just got, as she has caused the safety car, but I think that Becca's done a very, Ronaldo's done a very good job today. Very good stuff indeed there on her debut here tonight in golf then, so really good stuff indeed there. Yeah, absolutely great stuff, and both Ferraris have not got any penalties in, and nor has German either. So only 3 drivers have not got penalties running. Let's just take a look to see what that means then in terms of the race. Then 15 seconds for Clarkey. I think that Clarkey and Chazza may be out of this one in terms of the amount of penalties they've got, unfortunately, in terms of points. Then Danger Time's got 3 seconds, 3 seconds for Purse as well, 6 for Sloth, 3 for Lights, 9 for Nigel. That may also hurt him, I think, in the end result here tonight. We have got Cowie on 6 seconds there, 3 for Milan, 3 for Cartwright, 6 for Liam, 6 for Murphy, 9 for Tango, 6 for SpongeBob, and 3 for Dynamo Dan. So that is the penalty situation here at the moment. Everyone is now on new soft tyres, and so they're going to be so it's going to be very much equal footing. Hopefully a couple more. Hopefully one more lap behind the safety car, we'll be back racing there. Clark has moved up 11 positions there. He started on the hard tyres originally, didn't he? He's made so many gains there as well. At the moment, Chance has dropped down the most there. He was on pole position, wasn't he? But he's dropped down the order. Into the pits now comes SpongeBob for his third stop. Well, it looks like things to listen to. Well, we've got 3. The majority of the field has been on 3 stops. Only 4 stops for Milan, but he's doing a good job in 12th finish. Milan is very much never give up. Milan's velocity is here tonight. Very much so there. So SpongeBob is going to have 1 lap younger soft tyres there. That could be crucial in this Grand Prix then, perhaps. So we'll see how this one progresses. Only 2 retirements here tonight. Absolutely fabulous stuff indeed then. Lovely job there. And Becca saying, to be honest, I'm quite chuffed myself. I kept the likes of Dan and Tango, but I'm currently getting all sorts of stick from Emerson in the party. Then tell Emerson to get on German's level. Oh goodness me, shots fired again. Oh god. But my goodness gracious me, I think that Emerson may not be too happy about the fact that the safety cars come out there. Unfortunately, that may have hurt his race, and unfortunately, but that is the way it goes, isn't it? That is unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? but now it's going to be that's good for Ferrari. I think in terms of the constructors, with Nigel getting free, he's got 9 seconds worth of penalties here. I think that safety cars in the end, that's what you want to see. In terms of the constructors championship at the moment, Ferrari as it stands there will be elevated up to second and third then, but of course we are going to get a field spread after the safety car comes in, of course, then. So it's looking rosy for Ferrari at the moment, and they will gain in on McLaren then, but not as much as they would want to, I'm sure. So German there is about to extend his lead potentially even further. It's 35 points at the moment there, but he's gone already, German has said. So German there is going for his 4th Grand Prix win in the road. Then he's in such a fine level at the moment. German is across the line there, 7 laps to go. No DRS then for the first couple of laps then as well then. So Sergio Russia reckons that Emerson can get second at the least then with his lack of pounds then. That is going to be crucial later on in this race. German leads Danger Times to second position there. Third position is Clark here. On board and Milan has just got past Cowie. He needs to make sure he gives him enough from goodness me. That was getting close, wasn't it? I thought he was going to have a Hamilton Kobayashi incident there from Spa in 2011 there. We got SpongeBob getting past Don Modan. Don Modan dropped down into last, unfortunately. German is still leading the way then. But Danger Time's still going to let him out of his sight, isn't he? I think that Danger Time's be cursing that safety car because I think he lost the most in terms of the opening safety car. Unfortunately, but that is just racing, isn't it, at the end of the day? And Sloth has lost a second to Percy on this opening exchange here. Sloth has got another penalty as well, because I think that now moves him up to 6 seconds of penalty as well. Or was it 9 Chaz's? I think Chaz's race is done and dusted in terms of penalties, unfortunately, because I think that's now 14 he's got for Chaz. And of course, you do not get 3 seconds removed in this one. Look, there's more penalties that are just being thrown in this direction here. A lot of penalties this one is here tonight, and we're expecting Penalty City. It's not Mexico City, it's Penalty City here tonight then. German leads then on lap 31. Then Danger Toms is second, and no DRS just yet. German may be concerned about how close Danger Toms is, but Danger Toms has to catch past McLaren and then get 3 seconds up the road then. Lights is very close to the back of Sloth, and no DRS there, but look at this, and it's equal going down into turn 1 there. Lights is up into 5th position there. Sloth is dropping down 6th, and Sloth is struggling. Oh gosh, I scared myself. Sloth is struggling there with this lack of pace at the moment. He's dropped off the back of the top 4 as well. Sloth is struggling at the moment. Sloth going down into turn number 4. Milan there is also on the outside of Chaz as well. Milan's recovery drive is continuing. This is superb stuff. Chaz is limping. Is there a problem there for the Alfa Romeo car? Oh dear, and look at that Mercedes on the outside of Liam. Yeah, goodness me. And Liam, oh my goodness me. The Chaz is limping. There's some major problems for the second half for the Alfa Romeo car. And it's going to be 0 points once again for Alfa Romeo. Oh my gosh, and who is that? And that's Liam, yeah, who's gone right off the circuit. He just catapulted off the circuit, there, Liam has said. And goodness me, then that looked quite violent indeed. DRS has been enabled, and Liam's got damage there. He's had a pretty horrific race, to say the very least, hasn't he? But at least he's still in the race, said. But it's going to be quite a tough one towards the end of this one. Look at this, and now the Ferrari, and look at this, and Milan is now all over the back of Troy. He has got past the Ferrari and moved up into Chaz has damaged the car, and he's in the pits there. So that's a shame now for Chaz then, so that's why he's limping on. Emerson there is all over the back of Nigel once again. It's been a race-long battle, hasn't it, between the McLaren and Emerson. It's the Rob McLaren and Emerson's terms, hasn't it, because he wants to be battling German for the champ. He wants to be battling German because that's a championship rival. But at the moment there is Nigel, who's I think done a superb job today. Just in the comments there, Sergio saying it's great to see Troy the Beast back at the sharp end again. Yeah, in the last 3 races there, Troy, who was very much in the wilderness there, he had quite a nightmare quite a nightmare middle stint of the season there. Didn't score in a numerous races there. However, he's been really impressive in the last couple of races. Troy has there, and of course he's very much helping Ferrari in that battle for the Constructors' Championship over the line. We come then for lap 33 out of 36 there, and this has been a absolutely Goliath battle indeed. And then look at this, and it's now Danger Times will have DRS then, but he has to get. But the question now for Danger Times, he has to now catch keep in front of German by 3 seconds now, and it's going to be tight indeed. Then Emerson has got past Nigel and moved up into 7th position as well. Look at Milan and here he comes as well. Oh, like a wrecking ball. Oh, my goodness me. And Nigel there also sticking his nose around. That's Nigel's a penalty here. Look at this, Nigel. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness me. That was horrific indeed then. And I think that both drivers were very unhappy of each other there. And I think that was a punch there. Milan's going to be furious. Nigel's going to be furious as well. I think that Nigel's great race there has really come to nothing now. So I think that there might have been it's going to be a very heated exchange. I think at the end of this one, unfortunately, Milan did throw it down the inside, didn't they? Down in turn one there, and then Nigel. I don't think Nigel was too impressed with that then and reacted, didn't he? Well, that's what I'm thinking anyway. Murphy's up to 9th. How did he get up there? Goodness me. Yellow flag in 2 then. That's the McLaren limping back there as Percy and German is already out of the DRS range. What's German is struggling here. And look, and I've got to speed at it. Clarky Datatos at the far side. He's flying out there. He's absolutely rocketing away from German. Yellow flag in Frida. This race has gone mega. And now we've got Clarky who has passed as well. Clarky's got a lot of penalties to his name now, hasn't he? But it's already half the job done there for Danger Times here tonight. And what about Percy? A bit too further back at the moment there. German has got no penalty scores, so he technically is still in the de facto lead here. However, Milan's got a 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane. Tango's now into the top 10 as well, and Percy's up the inside. Then passes the McLaren. German is not giving up though. Is it going to speed? German, I'm not sure what's happened to German there because he was looking very strong. Now all of a sudden he's lost a lot of pace in this one, hasn't he? And it's really quite a time loss that German has lost there. He's almost out of the 3-second window, which means that Danger Times is currently in this Grand Prix. My goodness me, and Danger Times go for a second Grand Prix win of his career here in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Going to the stadium sector as well. Wow, this is SpongeBob's got a 3-second penalty. Liam, he's just limped back into the pits as well. Serge Murphy said that was just poor than the battle between Nigel and Milan. Unfortunately, it wasn't it? Really, I think that there's a lot of anger there. Lap 35 out of 36 there. The gap at the front of the Gunsbury is going to be like the Japanese Grand Prix all over again, isn't it? Hang on, let me get me. I'm on the wrong one here, aren't I? There's the leader there. And look, German's now 3 tenths a second away. German is 2 tenths a second away. Look at this, and then Danger Times is going to be leading this Grand Prix, I think. As Chaz has got a 3-second penalty, Clark has got 18 seconds worth of penalties. Now has Percy got the pace to rocket away from German as well. German is limping here, and Danger Times could be ending German's Lights is off the circuit, and Lights off the circuit as well. That is, goodness me. And it was been an absolutely incredible race there. German must have got damaged, Dylan is saying that. And I think he must have, because he's so. And look at this, and his Lights there has also gone off the circuit as well. This is an absolutely incredible end to this Grand Prix here. And look, German there is 3,000 seconds away. He is not going to win the New Mexican Grand Prix in this free. He was going for a 4-race winning streak here tonight, but that is not the case anymore. Like German has dropped out of the lead then. However, he will have DRS and might be able to tow him along. Then you see we've got the intervals between the leader and the driver himself in the Grand Prix. Al V then is saying that these last couple of laps are crazy. They are indeed. We've had quite a chilled up Mexican Grand Prix. It's really livened up, hasn't it there? And now down the back straight then, and Nigel and Milan there are going for another battle with each other as well. As I think that unfortunately it wasn't the better driver. The birds between those two drivers then. As now out of the second turn as well. Lights out. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Goodness me. Young Lights, what a shame now for Young Lights. He's parked the car, so that's a shame now for Young Lights. Look at this, we've now got German is now back is now in race winning position here, and has Danger Times cooked his tires, and no he hasn't, actually. He's still carrying on here. Oh my golly gosh, that as well. It's going to be a very much it's going to be very much said what is going to happen then going to the last lap of this race, and it's absolutely incredible stuff indeed. I don't know why German just really lost a little abundance amount of time. I wonder if it was a DRS or something like that then. And going into the final, German's gone wide down. I think that's the race lead gone then. Look at this, as the confetti is being sprayed already here in this race. Lucas Perch has got another penalty there out of the final turn, and Danger Times, I think that's going to be his second Grand Prix win of the season. We're just waiting. It is. Danger Times wins the Mexican Grand Prix by 0.3 of a second there. Wow, Danger Times had absolutely fantastic stuff there for Danger Times there. Oh my goodness me then. And he wins the Grand Prix. Danger Times left for session there. Goodness gracious me. That was a quick exit stage left fed. Goodness gracious me. Emerson there with no penalties finished fourth in the end there. So that was damage limitation then. So he only loses 6 points then. I say only loses 6 points then, but the gap is now up to 41, I think. 41 points then with just 3 races to go. Oh goodness me. That is German, I think, is in a potential championship winning territory in the Brazilian Grand Prix though. Emerson is fourth in Troy in a superb fifth as well. Murphy has somehow got himself back into points winning position here in this race, and I don't even know how he's done it. Cardboy in 8th position now as well. Oh my goodness me, and Akawi has got a penalty here for some reason. 20-second penalty there for ignoring yellow flags. I think he's already finished them, so I'm not sure how that works out. Milan there crosses the line last, and Liam Yeh is also having issues as well. But Danger Times then is the Grand Prix. So fantastic stuff for Danger Times. His second Grand Prix of his career, won in Bahrain, and then of course he went a bit quiet in the mid-season, didn't he? But he's back on top form for 0.3 of a second now from German as well. However, German may not be too concerned by that, because he's going to be concerned about the battle, in the. About the battle in the World Championship as well, which the gap is now up to 41 points, I think then. So it's a 6-point swing again then. So German is taking another 6 points out of Emerson in the championship, and that is the crucial part. And I think that will be, and I think that's just going the only thing that's going on German's mind. And going into Brazil in a week's time, we could have a new champion there. German saying was too cautious to put a wheel on the curb and threw that away there. German is saying that. However, so German was going for his 4th Grand Prix win in a row, but however, he has extended his lead in the World Championship, which is surely what German is going to, what German is going to be more concerned by. Driver of the day was Dan Murphy. He had a very quiet one today, and I think up until the final stage of that race as well, he was not looking like he was going to get any points at all then. So good recovery there from Dan Murphy. Danger Times is going to be overjoyed with this result. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there for Danger Times. As I said, the second Grand Prix win today, and I think that is quite a fitting end there for the Williams team, who of course with Sir Frank Williams there, unfortunately has died today as well. So I think that's quite a nice way to end this race, isn't it? Danger Time second, and German in third position there, and German in second position and third position is Lucas Percy. Let's go final classification show then for the Mexican Grand Prix. It's the 4 Shebanga points there for Danger Times there, fastest up, and the 25 points there, and that is a good day's work there for German, for Danger Times. Well done. Second position there was German. Third position was Lucas Percy there. He was my personal driver today. Superb stuff from Percy today. Really good stuff. He went against the grain and ran on the hard tires. Fourth position was Emerson there. He's now 41 points behind German in the championship. Ferrari in fifth position there. Good day for Ferrari though. Sloth in sixth position there. Clarkey seventh there. Eighth position was Cardboy. Ninth was Murphy. SpongeBob on his debut, getting a point as well. Good stuff there. Tango had a nightmare race, but you finished 11th in the end. Diamond down in 12th. Cowie 13th, Chaza in 14th position there. 15th was Nigel, 16th position was Milan. Liam Yeh was 17th. Retirements was Lights, Maldonado, and Mr. Lee all retired then from the Mexican Grand Prix, unfortunately. I think I've been joining the I've muted myself. I have been joined in the party now. I think we got German and Percy. I don't think you got the Danger Times in here. Let's go with German first. German, you said you were too cautious at the end there, and you threw away that Grand Prix win. Go for your 4th Grand Prix win in the row. But second ain't too bad today, though, because surely you're focused on the championship.
Yeah, I focused on the championship. I would have liked to win it. I was just going through like the S section. I was a bit too cautious and put a wheel on the curb, and they lost it, so I had to correct it. And then I was out of DRS then, so and then I was getting swamped from behind, so I could do nothing really about it.
But now you're 41, give or take, you're about 41 points in front of Emerson now, as Emerson had a very quiet day in the office there. You could potentially win the championship in Brazil in a week's time then. How are you going to approach Brazil?
Same as I have the last 4 races, just looking for the win. Not going to be too cautious next week, because I lost that win for me today, so yeah.
I don't want to bring up bad memories, but in Brazil, I remember that you were so close. You was one lap away from winning the championship in silver before that epic showdown in Abu Dhabi, where you got a puncture on lap 35 out of 36. Then, are you going to be concerned about that if you're in the championship winning position next week?
I'll try not to think about it. I hope it don't happen. But yeah, not very good memories there, was it?
Definitely not, but some very good memories today as well. You're on such a rich run of form then. Really, in the last in the last 5 races, you've won 4 of them. Really impressive stuff up until today. What, goodness me, you've really turned on to a new level.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm the best I've been like ever. So hopefully can continue that into next season, and then hopefully win this season, and then try and win next season as well.
Brilliant stuff. Well done, German. Absolutely a clinic in Grand Prix race today. Fantastic. And let's go to Percy. Percy, you're on the podium here tonight, and a really good drive indeed. You start on the hard tyres to begin with, and you're Percy my driver today, because that was a superb choice. No one else went onto the hard tyres. What was your thinking behind that?
I was checking the race director and I saw quite a lot of people going on the softs and mediums around me, so I thought I'd just take the gamble, go on the hard, see what happens, and thankfully, like last week, it's paid off again.
It has indeed then, of course. This is your 3rd podium of your career as well, and your 2nd in a row after United States. You're really loving the American stint of the championship.
Yeah, I don't know why, for some reason, best tracks I've performed at so far, I'd say in ALS, but I mean, I can't beat what happened at Britain, but yeah, I've enjoyed the tracks. I like the fast flowing corners.
And really a good renaissance as well in the last couple of races as well. But with that, well, and then you go, of course, so with those safety cars coming towards you, and then what was you thinking then? Was you ever thinking about maybe just going against around the grain like you did with the hard tires at the beginning? Or was you just thinking soft tires is just the best way to go?
I had Brooksy in the party with me, and he was saying just box, because I did say, should I just stick it out on the hards and then pit for the softs at the end, and everyone else is going to have to pit again if they go on the softs, but he said no, go on the mediums, you'll be so slow. And then obviously the safety car came out again at the end, and I managed to put the softs on and get P3, so it was a good race overall.
That's a fantastic race. Well done indeed, Percy. Superb stuff today. I don't think we got dangerous times in here. Let me have a look. No, we haven't indeed then. So that is it then for Mexico tonight. Brilliant stuff. We'll be back in action then for silver tomorrow night. And I think that silver may have a championship coronation in terms of the Constructors' Championship potentially. Sir Young Tommy there is already the champion now, so he's enjoying himself this week, and I think he's going to enjoy himself again then. Join us tomorrow night, 7:30 UK time then. Maybe Monday then, but which is probably the gloomiest day of the week there. But goodness me, with ALR on,